If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch. Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
We are back again from break. Now, guys, my next question to y'all: what is your favorite Asian dish?
I will say there's a lot.
Okay, then give us them all.
So, personally, my mom worked as a chef growing up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
we ate a lot of good food
Okay.
at home. If we're starting off with Nepali food, I think momo is really popular. Love momo.
is my favorite.
It's kind of like dumplings, but like
It has some
Nepali.
Nepali touch to it, like the Nepali ingredients and stuff in the filling, so it tastes really different than the regular dumpling.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess roti, which is kind of, it's not flatbread, but it's kind of like naan, but like the home version of it. If you guys
Wait, you
know.
said it's called roti? What's
Yeah.
it called? I think we eat that in Trinidad. Does it have chickpeas in it too, or no? Or maybe it's a little bit different.
No, so we use roti and
I
we
know
eat it
exactly
with
what
like
you're
other
thinking.
vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bread thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, homemade bread.
Okay.
Yeah, we made that a lot growing up, and then we eat it like, at least for breakfast, a lot of the times we would eat it with like gobi, which is like cauliflower, like fried cauliflower, and like golbarakotar, which is like,
Tomato sauce kind of thing.
yeah, but it's like spicy.
Yeah, spices. And I also like chatpate. I can't miss chatpate on any of the food conversation. It's also one of the like food that's like really easy to make. It's kind of
like a street food.
Yeah, it's a street food. It's really popular street food in Nepal, and we try to make it like all the time during like different events, because like it's kind of easy to make, and like a lot of people like chatpate, so like we make it like most of the time. So yeah.
Nice, nice.
Coming out of like Nepali food, for me, we like a lot of Vietnamese and Thai food in our family. So I like bún bò Huế. I don't know if I'm saying that correct, but that one's Vietnamese. And for Thai food, we really like pad Thai.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I was hoping you was gonna say that so I could relate. I love that.
I really like Korean food a lot. And here I can't like eat it that often, so I have to go to Syracuse to eat Korean
That's
food.
real. That's
Not
real.
too many places like that here in Oswego.
Yeah,
So
but I really like Korean barbecue and bibimbap, which is like a rice bowl thingy.
Go to the city, you'll find a whole bunch of Korean barbecue
Yes,
spots.
that's
Trust
true.
me.
Yeah.
that too.
Yo.
So can you share a particular moment or impactful moment that happened at ASA?
Like related to what?
Like just a memorable moment that happened
It could
in
be anything
ASA.
memorable for like you, like yourself.
That's something I just felt like, like just really brought together the ASA community. Like just something that a really good memory. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, I think girls can relate to this, but you know when you're getting ready for an event, like when like all of the e-board was getting ready, so we were switching off for like getting ready for the e-board dinner. Like some of us were like e-board dinner, the ASA dinner, so some of us were like actually setting up the event, some of us were changing, but we were all doing it together, and I think
helping
that,
each other like do their hair and like makeup. It was really it was really fun.
I think it is, although it's not on purpose, we do have an all-girl e-board right now, and I feel like the bonding is always really fun.
Yeah. And also the e-board bondings that we have. Like we don't have like a particular e-board bonding and stuff, but we just like happen to have like whenever we are like making food or something like that. One thing that I really loved for our ASA week was like preparing for our bake sale. It was so fun. We were at the basement of Heart, all of the e-board cooking like the
all of us were cooking. I think it lasted
fun.
for like 7 hours that we were all like
we were up till like 3 in the morning.
Just to prepare everything. It ended up really nice, and I think we made, because like obviously when we were preparing for the bake sale, we didn't get to try the food, so the day after we had an e-board bonding, and we made it just for ourselves, and we ate a lot.
As y'all should. So how do you two manage your organization roles, classes, and being an active student leader for your community on campus?
You just gotta do it. Like, how to say this? I think in general, I'm sure everyone as a student knows, like, time management is really important, and how everyone does it is different. There are some weeks where you just have to get through them. There are some weeks that you can plan. There's a lighter schedule. You can plan beforehand to do things. But I like to think that, at least for me, I just like I prioritize what I have to do, and then like if I'm outside of my room, I have to be productive. That's my general opinion. I only come to my room, or I only get into my bed once I'm I'm free for the day. That's how I tend to manage my time. So if I'm like gone for class, if I have a gap in between, I'm either at the library studying and doing my work, or preparing for events. And obviously communicating, I think that's a big part of when you're in a college club in a leadership position, since everyone's free at different times, staying on top of communication.
For me, I think I have like specific time for specific work. Like I usually do all of my school work during night. I don't know why, but I feel like really productive at night. And
That's
all of
true,
the like
that's true.
email stuff, like whatever I have to do for the club and everything, I do it in the daytime. So it's like different time for different activities, like really helping me. And also like we used to have like our programs, like our meetings and our events like every other Monday, or like every Monday. Like one Monday we used to have like our meeting, another Monday we used to have like events. So I did not plan anything for the Monday evening, so that I could like come to the event or like meeting or something like that. So that's how I plan. And sometimes I forget to eat, but that's fine.
Oh, I wouldn't say that's fine, girl.
Alright, okay.
Okay, so in the spirit of Ozfest being around the corner, what are your 2 favorite artists? Or you can name 3.
Should that be like someone who is coming to us?
No, like your personal favorite.
It could be anyone y'all like.
Okay.
Yo?
One of my favorite artists is Halsey. I really like her music. I got introduced to her music like when I was, I don't know, 11, I guess. I don't know. Like I was a kid, but I did not understand most of her lyrics or anything back then, like what it meant. I didn't know that was like so deep. But then like now I listen to them and it's like, So.
I think for me, especially during the school year, I'm trying to have like mindless music.
Okay.
So there's like artists that I listen to that it's not like lyrical music, it's more like just sounds.
The beat? Okay.
Yeah, Flawed Mangoes.
Okay.
Yes. I also like 1975.
Okay. Yes.
I listened to a lot of Keshi during the school year too, but it's nice to listen to on the lake.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes. Listen to music on the lake is a 10 out of
Listen.
10 and we'll recommend to everybody.
I think
Yeah.
I need to do that sometime tomorrow.
During sunset.
Sunset.
Sometime
Yeah.
tomorrow during sunset, I need to
And
go
the
by
breeze.
the lake and just,
So
and just really just
nice.
listen to music.
So
'Cause
nice.
that I tell you that's therapy. That's therapy.
It's free
100%.
therapy.
That's free therapy. Yup.
And I'd also like to add, like, there are a lot of like emerging artists in Nepal that I listen to, but it's not like one or particular artist that I'm like listening to right now. It's like a lot of artists, and I have like Nepali playlists that I listen to, and I'm really like happy that how Nepali music industry is like growing, and they are like going into different genre of music. So it's nice.
Yes.
Okay. If you were to visit SUNY Oswego again 5 years from now, what would you envision ASA looking like? One of y'all can answer this questions.
What? Only
Well,
one can answer the
One
question?
of y'all can answer, or both of y'all can answer. It just doesn't matter.
I just hope that ASA has a lot of active members. Like, I just hope like there would be a lot of students who would be like willing to take part in a lot of events or as a leader in ASA. So yeah.
I hope that for our future e-board that, again, like we have a lot more members, and so that part of being on e-board is more stable, but also that we have more budget so that
Oh yeah, more
so that
budgets,
we
please.
can host a lot of events.
Heavy on the budget.
Yeah.
Heavy on the budget.
I'm sure all orgs.
Oh, I know. All
Yeah.
all orgs feel the same way.
Yeah.
Trust me when I say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And more collaboration, I guess.
Yes,
Like
well,
with
make-
different
Yeah,
clubs.
I think especially like going on like having more budget, it would open up so many opportunities that we would love to have.
It
like,
really will. It really would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, real quick, could you guys give me a little quick answer? What advice do you have to students wanting to join a club? Only one person can answer.
Or both of y'all.
Like maybe looking to join ASA?
We're nice. Feel free to come.
Very
I
nice.
think
Yeah.
That's
all
perfect.
the cultural orgs are very nice. So if you're interested in joining, I would recommend going. It's not like the orgs aren't ones that you have to go to every single event. It's very like come and go as you please.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I would also like to add, like, you don't technically have to be Asian to join
Oh,
ASA
yeah.
is
I
like
think
one
that's
of
a
the
big
point that I
one.
want to add, because like a lot of people are like they want to like join ASA, they want to learn about Asian culture and everything, but they are like scared to join because like they're not Asian. So I would like to say that you don't have to be Asian to join ASA. We are open to everyone. Just come visit us.
Real talk. Real talk.
So,
And got this one?
all right, I got this one.
Yeah.
This is the end of our episode, guys. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Thanks for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
No
Yeah.
problem. All right, and that is it. We will see you next week for the bigger picture for our senior week episode. Bye.
everyone, and welcome into Laker Turf Stadium tonight. The first game of the Oswego State Lakers SUNYAC playoff run begins with a thrilling matchup against the Buffalo State Bengals. Alongside Parker Voris, I'm Mike Neckers. Parker, it's finally playoff season.
I'm super excited for this game today here at Laker Turf. This women's team has been dominant all season long, 9-0 in SUNYAC play, and now playing the Buffalo State Bengals they played last week. But Mike, we just had another playoff matchup earlier here today.
Yes, Parker, we did. The Oswego State Lakers men's lacrosse team took on the Oneonta Red Dragons and fell just short, losing 12-8 in a game where Jamie O'Neill of Oneonta recorded 7 points, 3 goals, and 4 assists on the afternoon.
Yeah, it was a tough one for the Lakers. They fell 12-8 in that game against Oneonta. They played them early in the season and they won 11-10, and it was just a rough one for the Lakers on Laker Turf.
Yeah, but enough about the past, Parker. Let's take a look at the women's lacrosse SUNYAC bracket. In the first round, the Bengals forced the comeback upset in a close one against the Oneonta Red Dragons. They were down 9-4 at the end of the first half, but stormed back with 12 goals to take that win 16-12.
Yeah, and looking at the other first round game, the New Paltz Hawks dominated the Fredonia Blue Devils with a 25 score this past Saturday. The Hawks took an early lead of 8-1 and never took the foot off the pedal.
Yeah, Parker, absolutely. I mean, all 4 of those teams had phenomenal seasons. Buffalo State with a huge win over Oneonta, who was ranked higher than them in that SUNYAC seeding, and then New Paltz expected to beat Fredonia. But now let's take a look around the SUNYAC, specifically this week. Of course, we have this game going on here tonight, but the other game going on is the Cortland Red Dragons, the number 2 seeded team, hosting the number 3 seeded New Paltz Hawks tonight. Same start time as this one, 6 p.m. What can you tell me about this matchup, Parker?
Yeah, this game's looking to be a thriller, Mike. Both of these teams have very similar stats. New Paltz averages 14.4 goals per game, while Cortland averages 13.4. Their goal stats are similar as well, with New Paltz goals rocking at 42.9 save percentage and Cortland with 41.7%. What is going to be a difference maker in this game is their defense. New Paltz is second in SUNYAC with ground balls, 5th in draw controls, and 1st in caused turnovers. Cortland, in these categories, 5th in ground balls, 8th in draw controls, and 3rd in caused turnovers. New Paltz has the edge on paper, but anything can happen. They lost to Cortland earlier this month in a close one, 10-7. It will certainly be a good game to look forward to, Mike.
Yeah, Parker, this really has felt like a 3-headed race for this women's championship between Oswego, Cortland, and New Paltz all season long. Buffalo State looking to make their mark tonight, and it will certainly be a good one. But back over to tonight's game, there have been a few faces on these teams that have led them to this point. Who do you believe will lead their respective teams to tonight's success? Start out with Buffalo for me.
Yeah, Buffalo is going to be number 17 of Vanessa Willick. She has 75 goals on the season and 21 assists for a total of 96 points on the season. She has been electric all season for the Buffalo State Bengals. She's leading the SUNYAC in goals with 75 and in points. Very solid for her.
Yeah, Parker, and real quick before we head to break, we gotta ask, who do you have for the Lakers?
Yeah, for the Lakers, Mackenzie Wynn, 18 goals in the season, but the real number that stands out is 49 assists in the season, 67 points behind Madison Davis with 68. She is going to be the difference maker for this Lakers team today on Laker Turf.
Yeah, Parker, I'm excited to see what all these athletes do tonight, but that's gonna do it for our pregame show. Don't go anywhere if you're tuning in from home. The game begins in just a few moments, and we will have it all right here on WTOP 10. Stay tuned.
Get rid of all the questions. Error. Yeah,
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch. Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
Welcome back in, and thank you for joining us. In case you missed it or are just joining us, my name is Mike Neckers, coincided by the lovely Parker Voris, and we are in for an absolute treat this evening. The Oswego State Lakers hosting the Buffalo State Bengals in the SUNYAC Semifinals. Parker, how are we feeling?
Feeling really great. This is going to be a great matchup. Buffalo State versus Oswego State Lakers. Both of these teams are very good in the SUNYAC and have some very solid players. I'm expecting a closer game between these two teams. They played last week. It wasn't as close, but playoff time, expect a closer game.
Yeah, absolutely, Parker. And we discussed around the SUNYAC earlier in our pregame show. We discussed our players to watch. So now I want to go into our keys for today's game. So start off with the Oswego State Lakers. What do they need to do to succeed?
Yeah, keys for Oswego. Find the cutters. This team thrives off passing and cutting, and that starts with the passing from Mackenzie Wynn, who we talked about, has 49 assists on the season. Starting hot. They started hot last time they played Buffalo State, coming up 4-1 in the first period. They never looked back, and then used the field advantage. At home, they've only lost twice and have not lost their SUNYAC team at home this season so far, and they're also on a 12-game winning streak coming into this one.
All right, Parker, and what do you have for the Buffalo State Bengals?
Yeah, the Bengals, they got to get everyone involved. They lead the SUNYAC in assists with 271 behind Sage Running Rabbit, who has 53 of them. They're also good on the road, Mike. They're 8-3 on the road and not afraid of the challenges that come with being on the road. So use that to your advantage. And then underdogs, Mike. They come into this game, the 4 seed going against the 1 seed. Use that underdog mentality to your advantage.
Well, underdogs indeed coming in, losing to the Lakers just last week by a score of 17-8. But it's Emily Josker and Alexis Hill on the first draw. Lakers are going to scoop this one up and take it into that offensive zone as we see Aubriana Green with the first ground ball of the game. She sends it over to Mackenzie Wynn, brings it down to the corner. Noelle Smith with it now, up to Julia Quirk. Quirk over to Cassidy Croce. And now the Lakers just settling in early here. Madison Davis sends it to X for Mackenzie Wynn. Back over to Noelle Smith. And Parker, with this Oswego State team, they do such a good job of moving the ball, really rotating it around, tiring out their opponents, and that's how they succeed here.
Yeah, they're very good at passing around and finding cutters, just like there almost as Mackenzie Wynn. And it really starts from the X zone. Mackenzie Wynn, who leads the team in assists, and she's been super solid, kind of dictating this offense for this Lakers team this season.
Absolutely, Parker. Mackenzie Wynn and Madison Davis have been an insane power combo for this team. As here comes Julia Quirk dodging down the right lane, gets the flip pass off to Alexis Hill. Hill in her left hand passes it back up top to Croce. Croce looks to shoot, sends it back down low to Davis. Davis looking across the middle, 4 cutters, nothing open quite yet. Lakers still with 25 seconds on the shot clock here as Madison Davis settles back in. Sends this one over to the far side for Noelle Smith. And now Mackenzie Wynn with it. Cuts around the top, sends it over to Julia Quirk. Julia Quirk dodging towards the goal, chance for a shot, blocked by the defense, just puts it in front of the net, and a good stop here to start things off for the Buffalo State Bengals. And Parker, a huge stop there from the Bengals, picked up very easily by the goaltender for the Bengals. That is, of course, Brielle Lum, and now the Bengals will have a chance to try and clear and send things the other way.
Yeah, she's been solid for them this season. 97 saves, a 41% save percentage. Pretty solid is Lum for this Bengals State team.
Yeah, Lum solid between the pipes. Pass goes a little too far there. So Lakers will get another opportunity offensively as they touch this one in with no problem at all. Noelle Smith sends it across the middle to Cassidy Croce. Croce driving at the net. Shoved down right in front of the goal, and that's going to be our first free position shot, a shooting space, I believe, called here, Parker.
Yeah, Croce kind of got knocked down there by one of the Buff State Bengals players, and she's going to get a free shot and an early chance for Lakers to get on the board here.
Yeah, and that's Anastasia Wells committing the foul. Of course, a one-on-none opportunity for Cassidy Croce without Wells being there, so at least give your goaltender the opportunity to try and get a save in here. Croce lines up, goes it for the shot, and like we said, a huge save from Brielle Lum, so perhaps a smart foul there from Anastasia Wells, because now the Bengals are going to take this one the other way, Parker.
Yeah, Croce had a chance there. She has 36 goals on the season, just couldn't get that one. Just better defense there from Lum.
And now the Bengals driving down to that offensive end. Anna Cinquino with the ball here in the near corner. Cinquino looking to pull her defender out, but her defender is not biting as this one comes back up top. With it now is Lauren Renault. Renault slips, loses the ball, and the Lakers scoop this one up. Sophie Russian falls in the process. Alexis Hill picks it right up. Quick stoppage, but she's going to take it straight down the center past 2 defenders, and now a 3-on-2 opportunity for the Lakers. 1 defender trailing. Hill takes it herself. Another huge save from Brielle Lum, and Madison Davis now battling for this ground ball. Davis scoops it up. And the Bengals both still looking for their first goals of the afternoon. Nearly 4 minutes into the game here.
Alexis Hill had a great chance there to get the Lakers scoring started one-on-one with the goalie. And again, Lum has made some pretty good saves early on in this game, Mike.
Yeah, and the Lakers now in that far corner will send this one up to Julia Quirk. Quirk really leading this offense, starting almost every possession with the ball for them. She'll look to dodge here, looks to go down the alley. Nothing is there, so flip this one back out to Mackenzie Wynn. Mackenzie Wynn looking to tack on another assist to her already impressive season, and that one hits the side of the net and rolls around the back out to the near sideline, my apologies. And now Sophie Russian with this one. Sends it up top to Kroos. Kroos goes down low. Noelle Smith with it. Back up to Kroos. Over to Hill. Alexis Hill dodging. Stopped, and now Russian again. This one goes to Davis. Cutter across the middle. Shot off the crossbar. Unlucky for Mackenzie Wynn. And Brielle Lum's going to collect this one again, Parker.
That is a tough one for the Lakers. Mackenzie Wynn, not known for scoring as much. She gets a great pass from Davis, but just off the post. An unfortunate chance there for the Lakers missed.
And Brielle Lum again sends this one a little high for the midfielders of Buffalo State. A cross check in the center of the field. Did not look to be intentional, but that's Emily Josker committing the foul. She's going to be sent immediately to the penalty box and the sideline with a green card. So now the Lakers will be a player up for the next 2 minutes. An opportunity to finally find their first goal of the afternoon, Parker.
Yeah, big hit there. Physicality here has been the story so far. It's been a lot of big hits from both sides early on, something I didn't expect coming into this game, but it is playoff time, so physicality is definitely something to keep out on.
Absolutely, Parker. Playoff lacrosse will do that to you. And a stoppage here as the officials work to get the penalty on the scoreboard correctly. Currently, it is not on our physical scoreboard here at Laker Turf Stadium, so we will await that to go up onto the scoreboard. And my apologies, it will be a 1-minute penalty, not a 2-minute, Parker. 10:30 remaining here in the first, still scoreless between the Oswego State Lakers and the Buffalo State Bengals.
Yeah, it's a great chance for the Lakers to get on the board here early with 10:30 to go in the first period. They've had some good chances. They find some cutters, just missed shot opportunities. They've had 5 shots on the net so far, just haven't found the back of the net yet, as we're still figuring out some clock issues, I believe.
Yeah, Parker, and it looks like the clock has been fixed now. Just fixing those shot clocks as well. I don't believe they were reading 90. So the Lakers still waiting for their next offensive possession. Some confusion from the officials, some confusion on the sideline, and perhaps some confusion up here in the press box from you and I.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's happening, but we'll get started here soon. Both of these teams, playoff lacrosse. It's just exciting, Mike. And earlier the Lakers played the Oneonta Red Dragons, and that was a tough one for the Lakers there. But the women's side looking to get redemption for the men's loss early here today, and these two teams are good. They played last time, and the Lakers won 17-8, but I'm expecting a closer game here today, Mike.
Absolutely, Parker. Playoffs brings out the best in all of us, and the Oswego women's lacrosse team, who's already had such a historic season, is looking to cap it off with a SUNYAC championship. Their first since 1995 would be huge for this program, huge for SUNY Oswego as a whole. Buffalo State Bengals, of course, looking to play spoiler here, but the Lakers on the offensive side of things now, and they'll find Julia Quirk up top. Over to Russian. Russian finds Hill. Hill down to Davis. Davis at the X to win. Back up top to Kroos. Kroos shoots this one, checked out of her stick, caught by Madison Davis. Up top now, Julia Quirk dodges past 1, past 2, finally shut down and flips it out to Mackenzie Wynn. And the Bengals doing a good job defensively, being a player down in this zone defense. Bengals pick this one up. They'll flip it over to Brielle Lum. A huge ground ball from Deja Evans-Murphy. Keeps it 0-0, and the Bengals will call a timeout early here. 14 seconds remaining on the penalty. 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and still 0-0.
Yeah, it's a close game here, but still 0-0. In this one, no one has gotten the scoring open yet. But the Lakers still got 14 seconds left in the penalty. Buff State will have it, so they probably will run out the penalty here. And it's been a kind of a struggle for both sides. Buffalo State really hasn't gotten a chance to do anything on offense yet. And the Lakers have had a couple of chances, just haven't scored just yet. And it's been a struggle for them. But I'm expecting to see some scoring here eventually. 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, Parker, the one offensive possession we've seen for the Buffalo State Bengals ended with a turnover. But with that said, let's take some time for a promo. WTOP 10 Nightly News is a newscast for students, by students. It's the best place to stay up to date on the news, weather, and sports that matter most to you. Tune in Mondays through Thursdays at 9 p.m. on WTOP 10. Now back to the game, Parker. Of course, still scoreless. I don't think this is what either of us expected coming into the first 5 minutes of this game here. I mean, this Oswego team has historically this season started out very hot, scoring fast and showing no mercy to their opponents. So this first 5 minutes not finding the back of the net is a little irregular for them.
Yeah, one of the keys of the game for me was the Lakers to get out hot, and they haven't done that at all. The last time I played Buff State, they got out to an early 4-1 lead in that first period, and still a lot of time left in that first period for the Lakers to get the scoring started, but you can't count Buff State out either. They're going to have the ball here. They call a timeout, maybe draw something up on the offensive side. First, they got to get it over to their side of the field. They kind of struggled with that early on in this game, but if the Buff State Bengals can get over and get the first offense possession, maybe Buff State takes the early lead here in this game, which would be big for them.
Absolutely, as the Bengals look to clear the ball here on this possession. Still waiting the whistle from the referees here now. And here's Alana Jackson with the ball. She's going to carry this around the backside of the net and fly right past Noelle Smith. Smith unable to keep up with her. Mackenzie Wynn will try her luck and now triple teamed in her own defensive zone. Spins backwards, flies past 5-6 Oswego players. And look at this speed out here, Parker. I mean, just completely breaking this Oswego defense.
Yeah, that was great from Jackson there to get it across midfield. She dodged 5 defenders. Like you said, she got triple teamed on the near side close to us, and just great to get it over half.
And then the pass batted down by the Oswego State Lakers. A huge stop from Catherine Nash, who picks it up, sends it up to Cassidy Croce, and now the Lakers with a possible fast break opportunity. The Bengals tracking back to the best of their ability. A chance for Madison Davis to score the first of the game, saved by Brielle Lum. A huge save, and the Bengals will pick this one up. An illegal check will give the Bengals a free attempt to clear this one as they'll break through that first line of defense. Here comes Anastasia Wells. Sends this one up the field to Carly Barrett. And now Carly Barrett loses the ball momentarily, but again, another illegal check. And this one looks like we're going to get a green card coming out here for that one. So the Lakers now will be down a player for the next 30 seconds here, I believe. Nope, 1 minute. Wrong again, Parker. I'm 0 for 2 this afternoon.
Yeah, that one there, illegal check. Didn't see a lot of contact, but the refs have a better view than we do, so it will be a minute penalty for the Lakers, and Buff State has the advantage. See if they can get the scoring started.
So now a power play for each team here early in the first as the Bengals start this one off at X. With the ball is Sage running rabbit, the second leading point scorer for the Bengals, only behind Vanessa Willick, the leading scorer in the SUNYAC conference as a whole, closing in on 100 points on the season. And this one goes right in front of Alana Yakovisi. She'll pick this one up behind the net. Yakovisi flying around behind the net, a little out of position, but gets the pass off and heads back to her crease. No harm, no foul. Now the Lakers bringing this around the backside. Here's Addison Costello with it. Costello flies past one. Flies past a second defender, looks to cross midfield, does exactly that. Finally loses the ball, picks it right back up. Touches this one in and finds a teammate in Mackenzie Wynn up top. The Lakers now with an opportunity to kill off the rest of this penalty, get back to even, and find the back of the net. Madison Davis with it goes up to Alexis Hill, still scoreless here with 7:30 remaining in the first. Over to Cassidy Croce. This one makes its way down low, across the back to Davis. Screen set by Alexis Hill. Buffalo State slips right by it, and now Julia Quirk up top. The Lakers clear out the middle. Madison Davis unable to catch that pass from Julia Quirk, but scooped up by Alexis Hill, and now Hill looking to take this one herself. Looks to dodge, nothing is there, steps back out, gets the pass off. This one's going to go down low again for Mackenzie Wynn. To Cassidy Croce. Croce shoots that one just wide of the goal. Lakers cannot catch a break early here, just unable to find the back of the net. And how about Brielle Lum? I mean, what a first period she's having here, Parker.
Yeah, she is showing her skill in that net, getting a lot of saves and doing it all for the Bengals defensively. The Lakers have had good chances to score, just haven't been able to capitalize on them.
Yeah, Parker, and now the Bengals driving down the far side of the field. A chance for them to score one early and take a lead that I don't think we expected to see here. The 1 seed versus the 4 seed still tied up here. But they'll slow things down and start fresh here. Here's Kira Gurchaliak. Dodges to the left, chance for a shot, and scores early. The Buffalo State Bengals with a 1-0 lead. That's Gurchaliak. A huge goal for the Bengals to give them a lead, Parker.
Yeah, Gurchaliak, 38 goals on the season for a total of, with 2 assists as well, for a total of 40 points. She's someone not to forget in this Bengals team. She can definitely score for this team, and that was a great shot there by her to get the scoring started for this Bengals team. And Mike, the Bengals up 1-0 here in the first period. Like you said, something we did not expect.
Yes, certainly not, but a great goal there by Gurchaliak gives the Bengals that early 1-0 lead, and now another draw here between Emily Josker and Alexis Hill, both lining up for this one. Lakers, of course, probably not too happy being down 1-0 this early, something they're not very accustomed to here this season, Parker.
No, not at all, and Mike, it could be a little bit of nerves here. It's their first SUNYAC tournament game, semifinals. The Bengals already have a game under their belt in the SUNYAC tournament, and this is the Lakers' first game, so maybe a bit of nerves for this Lakers team with this pressure being the 1 seed and Bengals coming in with the 4 seed, not wanting to lose this one.
Yeah, Parker, and a big ground ball off the draw there by Aubriana Green gives the Lakers the possession here. They'll get this one over to Noelle Smith, who sends it up top. Sophie Russian with it now. Russian over to Hill. Hill finds Davis. Davis looks to bring this one up top, sends it back to Mackenzie Wynn, and now Mackenzie Wynn looks to Dodd Tremex, find a cutter across the middle. Here's Davis behind the back. That one goes just wide of the goal. Davis putting on some moves out here early for the Oswego State Lakers, but still behind 1-2-0. This one over to Hill. Hill up top to Quirk. Quirk carries across the top. This one comes over to Alexis Hill. Alexis Hill spins, unable to break through this Buffalo State defense here early. They're just relentless so far. That's Sophie Russian now. And a chance for the Lakers. Quirk driving around the right side. This one goes across the back. Mackenzie Wynn with it. Wynn spins inside, steps right back out. Wynn still carrying around up top. This one across the middle. Chance for Hill. Shoots, scores, and we're back to 1-1 here, Parker. Alexis Hill finds the back of the net, and who else to get the assist than Mackenzie Wynn?
I was just about to say that, Mike. Mackenzie Wynn getting the assist there. She leads her team in assists this season. She's second to SUNYAC in assists behind Sigs Running Rabbit, but they get a good pass there from Wynn to Hill, and the Lakers notch it up 1-1, and this pass from Wynn to Hill, 1-2 combo gets the goal. The goal scoring started for this Lakers team.
Yeah, so with that one, Mackenzie Wynn ties Madison Davis's point total on the season. So now both players sitting at 68 points on the year. That's been a good battle between those two this season, and I think it's really motivated both of them to succeed even more.
Oh, absolutely, Mike. And also her 50th assist on the season, and just an incredible mark to hit for any player to have 50 assists on a season. Very impressive from Mackenzie Wynn.
Yeah, a huge assist and a huge goal there for the Oswego State Lakers. Ties things back up here early. And now a 1-1 game with just shy of 5 minutes remaining here in the first period. This ball again goes towards that Lakers offensive zone, but the Bengals able to scoop it up momentarily before losing it. And now Cassidy Croce brings this one down to the near corner. Crow's taking her time with this one, waiting for the Lakers to get set. She'll swing it up to Madison Davis. Davis sends this one over to Julia Quirk. Quirk with it. Finds Noelle Smith. Down low once again. And back to Davis. The Lakers doing a good job. Alexis Hill sets a screen here. Screen is broken right through, but now Julia Quirk dodging from the top. Steps right back out. Sends it over to Kroos. Down to Smith. And again, the Lakers just taking their time on their offensive possessions. No need to rush with that 90-second shot clock. Still 45 remaining here. Quirk driving at the net. Chance for a goal. That one checked out of her stick as she shoots. A nice clean check from the Bengals. Keeps it 1-1. Gives Brielle Lum another opportunity to clear.
Yeah, besides the one goal that the Bengals have allowed, they've played solid defense here against this Lakers team, and last time they let 17 goals go to the net. So far, only one. It still is the first period, but solid defensive outing by this Bengals team so far.
Absolutely, Parker. This team is doing a phenomenal job of staying with the Lakers here early as they drive this one up the right side of the field. And still with it are the Bengals, now taking this ball back to X. The Bengals still just carrying this one around behind the net. With the ball is Sage Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit still with this one. Running Rabbit, a dual sport athlete, Parker. Not only is she on Buffalo State's lacrosse team, but also their women's hockey team, and she was phenomenal for them as well this season.
Yeah, to be a dual sport athlete and to be good, very good at both is very impressive from Sage Running Rabbit, and also a very phenomenal last name that is Running Rabbit.
Super cool last name. It's actually in my notes here. Coolest name ever. Right there in my notes. But now the Lakers forcing a turnover from the Buffalo State Bengals. They'll swing this one over to the far side. Dodge pass one. Pass goes up top, and that dodge was from Sadie Zemanek, who's done a phenomenal job for this Oswego defense all season long, really leading them, helping them to grow and learn throughout the season. And now just 2 games away from that first SUNYAC championship since the 1990s. It's been huge for them. It will be huge for them to win this. And Buffalo will take a seat in the box. That's number 1, Hazel Vitko Woods, as the Lakers will now be a player up for the next minute, Parker.
Yeah, like you were talking about, Mike, they haven't won a SUNYAC championship since 1995. This has just been a historic season for this Lakers team, and to cap it off with a SUNYAC championship would just be the icing on the cake.
And now the Lakers behind the goal. Here's Madison Davis, Mackenzie Wynn. My apologies. Quirk looks to dodge, and a free position shot called here, but pretty far back. It'll be a tough opportunity here. Quirk looking to take the shot. She's been phenomenal all season long as well. We could go on and on down this list of Oswego players who have really shown this season. They've have so much depth on this team, and they've done such a great job of utilizing all of that depth. But here comes Quirk. Shoots, scores, stays out of the crease, and now the Lakers with the lead from down 1-0 to up 2-1 here in the first. 2:05 remaining, and Julia Quirk puts her name on the score sheet.
Yeah, we can't forget about number 13, Julia Quirk, the midfielder, 5'8" senior from not too far from here, Syracuse, New York. Her 38th goal now on the season to go along with 4 assists and 42 points. And that shot off the free shot there for Julia Quirk. She goes right in to the net, full speed, and shoots that one. And now the Lakers might take the lead here with 2:05 to go in the second period.
Yeah, and a really well-taken free position shot there from Quirk. Just used her speed to fly right through before the defense could even get to her. Put it right in the back of the net, past the stick of Brielle Lum.
Yeah, she's been doing that all season. Her speed has been really good for this Lakers squad, Mike.
And now the Lakers lining up against the Bengals at midfield. It's Kira Grzychawiak against Alexis Hill on the draw this time around. As we await the referee's whistle, Oswego and Buffalo players circling that center circle. And again, it's going to go towards Oswego's offensive zone. But this one picked up by the Bengals. An illegal check called and another green card shown. That's our 4th green card we've seen so far this game, Parker. This one being called on Aubriana Green. So now the Lakers will be down a player for the next minute here on the field.
Yeah, it's Like you said, 4th green card. It's just been physical here at Laker Turf, and kind of mentioned it earlier, just the playoff atmosphere, playoffs time here in the SUNYACs for lacrosse, and just the physicality has been there so far, and now the Lakers will be down a player.
Yeah, and the Bengals looking to get this one across midfield, which Anastasia Wells will do. Wells carrying down the sideline, keeps this one in bounds. And a stoppage of play. Looks like Madison Davis stepped off sides. So the Lakers will now be down 2 players for the next 50 seconds. 1 player for an extra 10 seconds after that.
Yeah, that's a tough break for the Lakers. And if you're the Bengals, you got to capitalize on this advantage here. You got 2 players down for the Lakers here, down 1. You can easily tie this game up with the advantage here.
Yeah, Parker, a 7-on-5 is exactly when you need to score, especially for the underdogs here. The Buffalo State Bengals have an opportunity to capitalize here very early, as we see Lauren Renaud slip on this one. Referees signaling a foul on the Oswego State Lakers, and now a free position shot for the Bengals after a shooting space call. With the ball is Lauren Renaud, gets the pass off, goes a little too far to the left of Grzychowiak, and now the Lakers looking to pick up this ground ball, but with so many Bengals on the field, it's near impossible for Oswego State. This one comes back up to Renaud. Renaud starts her dodge, backs out, finds a pass instead. This one with Vanessa Willick, the leading goal scorer in the SUNYAC. Across the middle, chance for the Bengals pops up. Bengals unable to put a stick on this one, and now Alana Yakovisi scoops it up and is looking to clear, but again, the Bengals outnumbering the Lakers as they just now return to full strength, so the Lakers still have their work cut out for them here. And a smartly taken timeout here by Oswego State, Parker.
Yeah, that's great, Mike, that the Lakers didn't allow the Bengals to tie this game up. 7-5 man advantage for the Bengals, and the Lakers stopped them, and they're not able to score, and now they still have that 1-goal lead. And like you said, smartly called timeout, as the goalie for the Lakers was being hounded by the Bengals State players. Now back to even. You like to see the Lakers get one more shot on one more offensive possession with 39 seconds left. Just great there to stop the penalties.
Yeah, Parker. And with 39 seconds left, the Lakers will look to tack on one more goal, but also to not allow the Bengals to score any more goals. But Parker, I got a question for you. Do you love Laker sports?
Love them.
Do you want to hear more analysis on all Oswego State teams?
Absolutely.
Then you should tune in to Laker Connections with Kenny and Lucas, Thursdays at 10:30 p.m. only on WTOP 10. It's a phenomenal show. I would highly recommend tuning in. If you tune in, you might even get to see me on there as well, Parker.
Yeah, I mean, love Kenny and Lucas, and if you're on there, I'll definitely be tuning in too.
And maybe we'll even talk about tonight's games, of course, the men's game where they fell short against the Oneonta Red Dragons, but as well as tonight's game, which is just getting underway, 39 seconds remaining here in the first period, and the Lakers leading against the Buffalo State Bengals by a score of 2-1. Lakers looking to clear this one here.
Yeah, it's been a low-scoring game, like you just said, 2-1, and this Lakers team averages 15.7 goals on the season, only 2 to start in this period, and as well for Buff State, they also average 15 goals a game, so low scoring here to start this game. I believe a little bit of that is the playoffs. You typically see more low-scoring games in playoff action, so we'll see what happens as the game continues, but so far, Mike, low scoring.
Yeah, Parker, and 2-1 here, but let's take a trip over to Cortland, New York, where currently the Red Dragons are hosting the New Paltz Hawks. Tell me more.
Yeah, this Red Dragons team is super good. The Lakers beat them for the first time this season, I believe ever. It was the first time the Lakers ever beat this Red Dragons team, and they're leading against New Paltz 4-0. We'll see what happens in that one. Keep you guys updated on that matchup to see who will advance to the SUNYAC final, and also here, we'll see who advances to the SUNYAC final.
Yeah, Parker, with a win today, the Oswego State Lakers would secure the hosting position for the SUNYAC final with that 1 seed, and a big hit right in front of our press box here. Aubriana Green, slow to get up, but able to. Great to see that she is all right. but a big hit is going to send Sage Running Rabbit to the sideline for a minute. And very well done by Aubriana Green to draw that foul. Now the Lakers with another opportunity to capitalize on a man up.
Yeah, she got hit hard, was Green there by Sage Running Rabbit. And Running Rabbit to be out of the game for this next minute is going to be a huge loss for this Bengals team. She's very, very good for this Bengals squad, and she'll be out for the next minute.
And Parker, as I was saying before the big hit there, the Lakers with a win today would secure home field advantage for the SUNYAC Championship, where they would face either the New Paltz Hawks or the Cortland Red Dragons. Of course, the Lakers do have to beat the Buffalo State Bengals first, and with 5 seconds left, they're looking to tack on one final goal. That one right into the stick of Brielle Lum, and that will do it for the first period of action, folks. So, Parker, real quick, give me a quick recap of what we saw here in the first.
Yeah, low-scoring game. First started with, for the Bengals, Kira Greshowick for the Bengals getting the scoring started, and then Alexis Hill responded with one, Julia Quirk also tagging one on, and 2-1 the score here at Laker Turf. And it's been low scoring, it's been very physical as well. We've had 5 green cards called already here. And Mike, I'm expecting the nerves, they're out of the way for both teams now. This is the Lakers' first SUNYAC tournament game. Now with the nerves kind of pushing them away a little bit as the game goes on, expecting more scoring from the Lakers as well as the Bengals.
Yeah, Parker, and we had a very similar situation at our men's game just a few hours ago. End of the first, I believe Oneonta was leading the Oswego State Lakers by a score of 3-1. So very similar here, a low scoring first, but we know that game ended up being 12-8. So it did get up there, still plenty of game left for both of these teams. And if the Lakers can start to pick things up a little bit and play like we've seen them play all season long, like they played against Cortland and New Paltz earlier on in the year, then I think we could still be in for quite a few goals here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, looking at the shots on goal, Oswego's got 13 shots compared to Buffalo State's 1 shot. And Buff State has 1 shot on goal, obviously that shot coming as a goal. So they're 100% so far with shots on goal. Oswego, 4 shots on goal, 13 shots in total, so they're getting shots on the net, just not going into the net, which has kind of been the struggle for the Lakers so far.
Yeah, so a little bit more about capitalizing on those opportunities for the Lakers as well as for the Bengals. Both teams have had a lot of shot opportunities, as you'll see on the screen here, but neither team able to capitalize. You said 13 shots for the Lakers, only 4 on target and only 2 goals out of those 13 shots. So certainly things to improve on. I'm sure that's what's being discussed in Oswego's huddle. And for the Bengals, I think it's got to be about clearing the ball and possessing it offensively. They've done a decent job so far, but they really haven't had too many offensive chances.
No, they haven't. Like I just talked about, Mike, only 1 shot on goal and 1 shot in total. Just offensively, the Bengals haven't been able to get a lot going. The one time they did, they scored, and then they had that man advantage with 7-5 advantage, and they couldn't score. Props to the Lakers for holding strong and not letting the Bengals tag on another goal. But so far, it's just the offense has not been there for the Bengals. They averaged 15 goals per game on the season, so not something we're accustomed to from this Bengals team, as well as the Lakers, who also averaged 15 goals a game.
Absolutely, Parker. And now it's Gryzchowiak versus, once again, Alexis Hill on the draw as they both line up here. The Bengals still with Sage Running Rabbit in the box for the next 39 seconds before she can re-enter the field of play, as we await the referee's whistle here to start up the second period of play. 15 minutes on the clock. Lakers lead 2-1. Still awaiting the whistle here. Parker, referees taking their time with this draw. And finally, here it comes. That one again goes towards Buffalo State's defensive zone. The Lakers with possibly another offensive opportunity. They can scoop up this ground ball. Madison Davis finally picks it up. Turns this one around, swings it into the middle for Mackenzie Wynn, and another stoppage of play. Our shot clock has been messed up just a bit here. Parker should be reading 75, currently reading 88. And a green card showed to the Buffalo State Bengals for Siriana Running Rabbit. must have said something on the field. I didn't see any sort of physical checking or anything along the lines of that, so must have been something said out there on the field. Of course, we can't tell you what was said, even if we did know. But the Lakers now two players up for the next 20 seconds and one player up for a nice 36 seconds after that. So now the Lakers up 2 players, looking to capitalize here. They'll send this one to X for Cassidy Croce. Another stoppage of play. And I'm unsure exactly what the stoppage is this time around, Parker, but it looks like Sophie Russian is going to be given a free position shot. Ball was behind the goal, so not sure exactly why she's getting a free position shot right now, but hey, we'll go along with it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. He looks now to give it to Cassidy Croce for the free shot. And the Lakers here up with a 7-5 advantage, so Croce could get another goalie for the Lakers.
Well, here she goes. She tries. She shoots. Saved by Brielle Lum. And Lum doing a phenomenal job of keeping the Buffalo State Bengals in this game. She swings this one to Anastasia Wells. Wells now triple teamed deep in her own defensive end. Goes back to Lum. Lum sends this pass over to the other side. Takes a weird bounce. Alexis Hill bats it down. Scoops it up and goes straight towards the goal. Hill with it. Davis up top for her. Finds Davis. Davis now looking to drive to the net. Shoots this one again. Saved by Brielle Lum. Still 2-1. Shoots again. Saved by Brielle Lum again. And the Lakers cannot break Brielle Lum's walls down.
Yeah, that's her 6th save now on the day for Lum. And the Bengals still struggling here to get it out of their own half.
Yeah, and Anastasia Wells carrying again. This time she elects to go up the other side of the field. Loses it as she tries to pass the ball to a teammate. Hazel Vitko-Woods running alongside her. And finally the pass goes up the sideline to Lauren Renaud. Renaud carrying this one all the way behind the goal. Cinquino to her right. Renaud still with the ball down in that far corner. It'll make its way up top to Kira Grzychawiak. Back to Josker. Josker's going to send this one up top to Renaud. Renaud with it now. The Bengals clumping up in the middle, looking to clear things out with a couple of cutters. Renaud runs past her first defender. Slide is there, and a push in the back, a loose ball push. It's going to slow down the Lakers. Give the Bengals another shot here, Barker.
Yeah, that one coming from Russian, hitting the Bengals player there in the back, and now a free shot for the Bengals. Could potentially tie it up if they find a good shot here.
Yeah, and those free position shot from deep are a lot harder than the ones when you're closer in. Just more distance to get to, a better angle for those defenders to run in and cut you off. So they elect not to shoot on that one. Lakers will take it the other way. As this pass makes its way down to the other end of the field, a huge hit from Vanessa Willick into the back of Aubriana Green. But the referees did not see it, so not called there. Perhaps a botched call, but we move on as the Lakers are now in the offensive zone and Aubriana Green appears to be okay. The Lakers still with this one down here. Carrying it to the X. Pass to Mackenzie Wynn. Wynn with it still. Croce to her right. She elects to go towards Madison Davis. Davis with it. Brings it around up top. Lining up a shot. Sidearms it. Goes a little high. And this one is given to the one, the only Brielle Lum, who has had a phenomenal afternoon so far.
Yeah, and the Bengals get possession of the ball after the shot from Davis. The refs elected to give it to the Bengals. I didn't see who was closer to the ball there, but alas, it will be to the Bengals.
Yeah, and the Bengals with it now in their own defensive zone as again it's Anastasia Wells looking to clear this one. Being pressured pretty heavily here by Mackenzie Wynn. Wells crosses midfield, loses the ball, immediately picked up by Cassidy Croce, who'll take it the other way. Croce runs past 1, 2, and 3. Checked out of her stick as well, and now the Bengals will take it again. Here comes Vanessa Willick. Willick quadruple teamed upon the sideline.
Wow, she is
gets hit down hard, and this has been a physical battle all afternoon long. And Parker, I think we're going to see yet another green card. Do we have a counter? Can we get a counter graphic on the screen or something? This has been so many.
5 or 6 green cards that have been called, and Mike, the Lakers' offense isn't there, but their defense is there. The Buffalo State Bengals are even struggling to get it over their own half, and that green card will go on Sophie Russian. So now I believe, Mike, that's 6 or 7 green cards on the game.
It's been a whole lot, Parker. It's been a physical game, perhaps more physical than the men's game we had just a few hours ago. But now the Bengals in their own offensive zone with a player up, looking to tie things up here with 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Bengals have this one at the X. Cutter across the middle, chance for Willick, shoots, scores! And they will tie it up, taking advantage of this man-up opportunity, Parker. Vanessa Willick, the leading scorer in the SUNYAC, adds one more to the tally and gets just one step closer to that 100-goal mark.
Yeah, she's inching ever so closely, and some Bengals State fans made the way here after that goal from Vanessa Willick. Some stomping on the benches from the Buff State fans here, and this goal coming from Willick, just a great shot. She finds the back of the net, and tying this game up is the Bengals. And Michael, we got a close game here at Laker Turf.
Yes, we do, Parker, and she did exactly what you said the Lakers needed to do. She found the cutting lane, she got herself open, and from there, it's just her teammate finding her and getting the ball into the back of the net, which is exactly what Willick did there.
Yeah, that one assisted by Sage Running Rabbit, who leads the SUNYAC in assists and leads her team in assists as well. Running Rabbit now her 54th assist on the season. She has just been so great for this Buffalo State Bengals team.
Absolutely, Parker, and now the draw lined up. This one will go up in the air. Still waiting to see who picks it up. Julia Quirk has it for now, but defenders all around her. Flies past 3 Buffalo State Bengals, gets it into the Lakers' offensive zone, so the Lakers will have this possession. Lakers still with this one. Aubriana Green with the ball, carrying it across the top of the circle. Cassidy Croce sends it down to Wynn. Wynn finds Davis. Back to Wynn. Wynn still with it, pulling her defender out to the X. Dodges past her. Good defense there from Wells. And Green back to Wynn. Wynn sends it down low to Croce. Croce still with it, back to Wynn. Wynn carrying this one, spins to her left. Checked in the head, so Wynn will need a moment. Looks like her goggles came clean off her head. So another card shown here, Parker. This one yellow instead of green, so only 30 seconds for this penalty. But again, the Lakers with a player-up opportunity here.
Yeah, Mike, and like you were talking about earlier, we need to count it for how many green cards have been called. This one's going to be a 2-minute penalty for the Buffalo State, so the Lakers will have 2 minutes to get a goal here as they have the advantage. And like Mackenzie Wynn got knocked in the head there. Her goggles came off, so it was a big hit there from number 20, Anastasia Wells.
Yeah, now the Lakers a player up for the next minute and 50 seconds still on here. Here's Noelle Smith, sends it up to Julia Quirk. Croce with it. This one goes over to Green. Makes its way down to Davis. And the Lakers just circling the ball around here, waiting for a shot to open up, and a free position shot will be given on a shooting space call. So Cassidy Croce with another opportunity. Of course, missed her first one, but a chance to make up for that right here.
Yeah, this one's at a little bit of a hard angle for Croce, so maybe find someone cutting here for if you're Croce, and that's exactly what she does.
And she does it almost to perfection, but Brielle Lum is just a brick wall in the net, Parker. The Lakers unable to break past her. Still here, only 2 goals on her, and a whole bunch of saves here in the first 20 minutes of action.
Yeah, 6 saves for her now. She's just been a brick wall, like you said, and not letting the Lakers get any goals. Only 2 for them so far, as we're accustomed to seeing them score so many.
And here's Hazel Vitco Woods with the ball. Still holding on to it. Sends it down to Cinquino. Cinquino looking to dodge. Goes to her left. Flips it back out to Vitco Woods. This one comes up top to Grzychawiak. Dodges. Spins back to her right. Loses the ball. Scoops it back up. Looking to pass. Finally gets the pass off. Finding Lauren Renaud. Renaud trying to dodge past the Lakers, but Alexis Hill being absolutely relentless defensively here. This one goes out wide, and now dodging is Sage Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit unable to get through Oswego's defense. It'll come back up top to Renau. Renau goes for it again. And again, this Oswego defense collapsing into that center zone very well, but not well enough. A shot, a huge save from Alana Yakovisi. Calm, cool, and collected in the net. But right after I say that, Parker, a pass goes a little too wide for her, and a mistake from the Lakers gives the Bengals another chance to score.
Yeah, that was coming from Sophie Russian, who tried to get it back to her goalie after making that great save. And that's just something you can't have in games like this, just little communication errors, and passing one of the basic fundamentals in lacrosse is something like those mistakes you cannot have.
Yeah, Parker. Now the Bengals at full strength waste no time finding the back of the net as Emily Josker makes it 3-2 here with 7:15 left in the second period. The Oswego State Lakers, 1-seeded, losing to the 4-seeded Buffalo State Bengals early on here in the game, 3-2.
Wow, that's something we did not expect at all. The Bengals take the early lead. The Lakers respond. They were up 2-1 for a while. And now, Mike, they have the lead again. That one coming from Josker. And who else assisting her than Sage Running Rabbit? The Bengals were fired up after this one. Arms and hugs being thrown after that goal. And if rightfully so, they're the underdog coming into this one. They have the lead here in the second period, Mike.
Absolutely, Parker. And now the Lakers down 3-2, looking to get a few back before the end of the period, looking to go into the half with a lead, but still a lot of work to be done as it's Alexis Hill lining up for Oswego State and looking to win a draw. Bengals and Lakers surrounding that center circle. This one's going to fall right to Aubriana Green, so the Lakers bring this one into their offensive zone. But can they get past Brielle Lum? That is the question we've been asking all afternoon so far. They bring this one down into the corner with Mackenzie Wynn. Wynn carries to the center, flips it to Madison Davis, and Davis now brings it over to the far side. It goes up top to Cassidy Kroos. Kroos finds Quirk in the middle. Screen set by Kroos. Back down to Davis. Across the middle, cutter. Mackenzie Wynn up top to Kroos. Kroos fakes the shot, steps back. And now Madison Davis with it once again. Davis up top with it this time. Sends it down low. Chance for the Oswego State Lakers. That's Alexis Hill, unable to get past the defense. Across the middle, Julia Quirk shoots, scores! And we are back to a tie game, 3 goals apiece. Very much seems to be a see and answer type of game, Parker. You see a goal, you score a goal.
Yeah, and that was a great pass from Madison Davis. Finds Julia Quirk right in front of the net there. Can't forget about Julia Quirk. She's been very good for this Lakers squad. 37 goals on the season. And that pass, Madison Davis out far, finds Quirk right in the front of the net. That shot there was very good from Quirk. I mean, right in front of the net there. That's going to go in 9 times out of 10. And the goalie for the Bengals, Lum, she's been very good, but that's a hard one to save, Mike.
Yeah, Parker, and Quirk's second goal of the afternoon already has secured herself a brace. One more for a hat trick, as it's now tied up at 3 goals apiece between the Buffalo State Bengals and the Oswego State Lakers here at Laker Turf Stadium in the SUNYAC Semifinal. Alexis Hill lined up against Kira Grizachowiak here for the next draw. This one again goes towards Aubriana Green. She scoops up the ground ball, brings it into that offensive zone, and the Lakers looking to make it 4-3 here with 6 minutes remaining in the second period. Lakers behind the goal now. Madison Davis with it, tacking on another point with the assist on that goal we just saw from Julia Quirk. And this one's going to make its way back up top all the way to Julia Quirk. Cassidy Kroos with it now. Finds Alexis Hill. Hill looking to dodge. Again, met with multiple Bengals inside of the center circle. Aubriana Green takes a shot, though. That one again saved by Brielle Lum. Another big save from her to keep the Bengals in this game early here.
It doesn't matter what the shot is. Lum is having herself a game with now 7 saves. She's only allowed 3 to keep this game close as the Bengals turn it over.
Yeah, and a 70% save percentage is almost unheard of in Lacrosse, Parker. Very phenomenal job from her so far. Of course, plenty of game left here for her, but so far it's been absolutely astounding to watch. And now the Lakers back on offense after a turnover from the Buffalo State Bengals. But we have another stoppage of play here. Unsure exactly what the call is. Looks like it will be a free position shot for Mackenzie Wynn and the Oswego State Lakers here. Wynn looking to score her first goal of the evening. Lined up and ready to go. Just awaiting the whistle. Goes for it. Shoots. Scores! Mackenzie Wynn tacks on another point to her already amazing season. And with 5 minutes remaining here, the Lakers finally take the lead for the first time tonight.
Yeah, the Lakers coming back. They were tied the game up. The Bengals and the Lakers took it back, and that free shot from Mackenzie Wynn, not really known as a goal scorer for this Lakers team, but she tags one on there. She has now 19 goals this season, but she's mostly known for dishing the ball around and getting assists and getting her teammates involved, but that time does it herself.
Yeah, so Mackenzie Wynn with her second point of the afternoon, 1 goal, 1 assist on the night, and we're not even at halftime yet. I mean, this team has just been so phenomenal all season long. They're such a cohesive unit, and you can really see it. They deserve to be this 1 seed. They deserve to be here playing in the SUNYAC Semifinals. If they can come out with a win today, they will deserve to be hosting the SUNYAC Championship in Oswego, New York.
Yeah, and they've had such a good season, 12-2 on the season, 9-0 in conference play, a perfect season, and just to cap it off with that championship would be the icing on the cake.
And the Bengals win the ground ball battle here. As with it now is Vanessa Willick, the leading scorer in the SUNYAC Conference. Swings this one over to Sage Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit's going to bring this one down low as the Bengals bring in some fresh legs. And the Bengals are going to spin this one around. Still 70 seconds on the shot clock, so plenty of time to develop a play here for Buffalo State. They'll get this one down to Emily Josker. Josker looking for cutters across the middle. Nothing there as of right now. A nice screen set and open up top is Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit unable to get the shot off. Looks for a pass possibly down low. Cinquino at the X. Instead they force one into the middle. Nothing is there and they'll send this the other way. Running down the field with it for Oswego comes Catherine Nash. Nash halted up by the Buffalo State Bengals. Now battling for a ground ball. Tripped up, falls. And looks like we're going to have a stoppage of play and possibly a card here. Vanessa Willick, after the whistle, was just battling for the ball. Again, don't think there was any malicious intent there, but you've got to stop when you hear the whistle, plain and simple here.
Yeah, I don't think there was any intent to keep going for Nash after that play. And like you said, Mike, the whistle was called. You got to stop. And Vanessa Willick did it. And they don't give her a card. I think they're going to let that one go because, like you said, no malicious intent on that one. And it was a good play by Nash to scoop that one up, and now the Lakers have another chance here on the offensive side. First, got to get over the midfield, though.
Yeah, Parker, and with this stoppage, it's a great opportunity to talk a little bit about Oswego's head coach, Britt Howard, who has had not the greatest postseason career during her time in Oswego. Tell me a little more.
Yeah, 3-6 in the postseason is Howard and has been to 3 straight SUNYAC championships, Mike. She's lost all 3, though.
Yes, Parker. She has, of course, Cortland being a powerhouse in this conference the past few years, and then most recently Brockport and Geneseo both leaving. They were also very strong teams in this conference, so a great feat to make it to those SUNYAC championships for these past few years. They've come up short, whether that be to the Geneseo Blue Knights or the Cortland Red Dragons, or even the Brockport Golden Eagles. But this year, it really is Oswego, Cortland, and New Paltz for that 3-headed race, like I mentioned, as the Lakers lose this one. And speaking of Cortland and New Paltz, it might just be a 2-headed race, because right now, the Red Dragons are beating the New Paltz Hawks 9-1, Parker. I mean, just absolute dominance. We saw it from their men's team this morning, too. But let's take a look back to our game where the Lakers have a free position shot and a chance to go up. Here it comes, shot, scores. The Lakers make it 5-3. That's Alexis Hill on the free position shot. And just like that, the Lakers are back in business.
That was a great move from Alexis Hill there. Now the Lakers lead 5-3 here at Laker Turf. Alexis Hill tacking on her 44th goal of the season, and this free shot, she comes in and makes a good move around Lum as she gets the goal. Now 5 for the Lakers, 3 for Buff State, and the Lakers are responding to the early lead that Buff State had, now scoring 3 unanswered.
Yeah, and Alexis Hill now with her second goal of the afternoon, a very important one to extend that lead to 2. The biggest lead of the afternoon, as you said, Parker, but also Alexis Hill's 44th goal. She is the leading goal scorer for Oswego State Lakers, has been there the entire season from the first game they played when they played Utica, and she scored 8 goals in that game alone.
Yeah, she's been phenomenal for this Lakers squad all season. Like you said, leading the team in goals with 42, 7 assists, 49 points in the season. She has been the person to go to when you need a goal. She has been phenomenal.
While the Bengals will scoop this one up, as carrying down the field is Grzechawiak. She's going to bring this one down into that offensive zone for Buff State. As with it now is Sage Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit brings it around to the near side. Chance for her to shoot. She spins, she shoots, she scores! Sage Running Rabbit makes it 5-4. Puts it into the top left corner, right past the stick of Yakavisi. Unable to get her stick there in time. So now back to a 1-goal game, Parker. The Bengals are not going down without a fight.
Yeah, the Bengals respond right away, and that's what you have to do if you're the Bengals. This shot from Running Rabbit, she takes a spin move and fires that one into the back of the net. Her teammates are excited for her. Now the Bengals down by 1, and Running Rabbit has just been so good for this Bengals team. Her 35th goal on the season, also with 53 assists for a total of 87 points. And like we talked about, Mike, she also played hockey, and she was very good for the Buffalo State Bengals in hockey. And to be good at both sports and play multi-sports is very, very impressive.
Absolutely, Parker. And now the Lakers leading by 1 goal here, 5-4, with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half of action between the Lakers and Bengals. As the referee places the ball for the next draw. Up it goes towards Oswego's offensive zone, but picked up by Vanessa Willick. And now the Bengals with an opportunity to tie things up once again, close to halftime. Willick checked, so she'll get a free start up here. She'll send this one down low to Sage Running Rabbit once again, who scored that last goal unassisted completely by herself. Running Rabbit waiting for her team to get into position, has Cinquino to her left. She'll take this one herself. Spins back around, loses the ball, scoops it right back up, passes it to Cinquino. Now Cinquino dodging from the X. Tries to get past one, unable to, goes back to Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit takes it on the other side from the X. Gets past one defender. Goes for it, shoots, scores, and we've got a tie game once again, Parker. 5-5 between the Buffalo State Bengals and the Oswego State Lakers in the women's SUNYAC Semifinal.
Wow, what a goal from Running Rabbit. That's back-to-back goals for her now, just doing it herself. I heard some of the crowd say shoot it, and right when they said that, she did, and she got it in the back of the net. And this Bengals crowd that has traveled here to Oswego is fired up. And this goal from Running Rabbit gets around 4 Oswego defenders and gets in the back of the net. There were so many Oswego defenders there in that area, and Running Rabbit just does not care, and she did it herself again, Mike. It's very impressive.
Yeah, another huge goal from Running Rabbit to bring this back to a tie game with 1:38 left here in the first half. I mean, Parker, I will talk more at the halftime break, but I don't think anyone expected it to be this close going into halftime here.
No, absolutely not. I mean, this has been a great game here. This is playoff atmosphere, and just Running Rabbit doing it herself. 2 goals, 2 assists for a total of 4 points. She is everywhere for this Bengals team.
And this one goes up, comes right back down. Alexis Hill scoops up the ground ball, wins the draw with that ground ball, and the Lakers looking to take their lead back before the halftime break starts. So with it now is Mackenzie Wynn. Mackenzie Wynn brings it down low to the corner, sends it up top. Aubriana Green with it. Finds Cassidy Kroos. Kroos down to Alexis Hill. This one goes all the way back to Wynn. Wynn over to Smith. Smith to Green. Now Quirk with it. Kroos. And the Lakers taking their time on this possession. Parker will have to take a shot before the period ends. Just a 2-second difference between the shot and game clocks. But here's Aubriana Green looking to dodge. Goes to her left side, back to her right, shoots, scores! Aubriana Green makes it 6-5, puts it in the bottom corner after dodging past 2 Buffalo State defenders.
Yeah, Green makes a nifty move there to get past a bunch of Bengals defenders. Buffalo State responded. Now the Lakers responded. They retake the lead, and this move from Green was phenomenal. She gets in the middle and takes a shot as 2 defenders are closing in on her. Just a remarkable shot from Green, who doesn't do a lot of scoring for this Lakers team. 16 goals in the season, not make that 17. But she can score, and that's a big, big shot from her.
Yeah, Parker, a huge goal from Green, her first of the night as well, and it brings that Lakers lead back to 1. Of course, a tie game before that goal was scored, but now a new face taking the draw, as it'll be Mackenzie Wynn for Oswego State and Emily Josker for the Buff State Bengals.
Yeah, interesting to see Wynn in the middle there. I don't know if we've ever seen her in the face-off zone this season, usually behind the X zone and passing it and dishing it for the Lakers, but in the face-off zone. Interesting move here.
Yeah, so Wynn with Quirk on one side, looking to flip it to her so she can run towards that offensive zone, maybe tack on one more before the end of the half here. Instead, it'll go to Aubriana Green, who also wins it. Willick not happy with that call. Looks like she might have been held, but no call is given, so the Lakers now on offense with it. This one will go over to Cassidy Kroos. Kroos throws it to the referee, I believe thinking it was a teammate. Luckily, Noelle Smith is there to pick it up. And the Lakers with another drop here. A bit of confusion out here on the field for Oswego State. This one scooped up by Alexis Hill finally, and she'll run right past her defender. Looks to go past a second as well, but a good stop from the Bengals. Quirk in front of net. Drops the pass. Falls over right in front of the crease. And Bengals will pick this one up behind the net, and that'll do it for the first half. A bit of chaos ensuing right to close out that first half there, Parker, but the Lakers leading the Buffalo State Bengals by a score of 6-5.
Yeah, like you said, chaos, definitely. Willick thought she got fouled there on the face-off, and so did the Buffalo State Bengals fans that did travel. And then Quirk had a great opportunity to get one more goal before the half. She was open in the front of the net, just couldn't get the pass. And so simple things, fundamentals, just passing and catching the ball. The Lakers have kind of struggled with that, but still lead 6-5 here, Mike. Scoring started out with only 2-1 Oswego, 4 goals apiece for both teams in this period. The scoring now has definitely ramped up here.
Yeah, folks, well, that'll do it for our first half of action, but stick around, give us like 2 minutes, and we'll be right back with your halftime report right here on WTOP 10.
If you like action, romance,
If you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
Look at the number of disasters in the U.S. Chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome back into Laker Turf Stadium. In case you're just joining us, my name is Mike Deckers, coincided by Parker Voris. Currently in the SUNYAC Semifinals, the Oswego State Lakers are leading the Buffalo State Bengals 6-5. Parker, you gave us a quick half summary before the break. Lakers leading 6-5. It was a very low-scoring first period. Both teams picked things up in the second, 4 goals a pop. But I want you to tell me, who has the energy? Who has the momentum right now?
Honestly, I think it has to go to Oswego. They came into this quarter, they were leading, and then Buff State responded, grabbing the lead with 3-2, and then the Lakers responded, scoring 4 goals to now lead 6-5. But every time Buff State scores, they also bring the energy. They're super electric every time they score, throwing hands and jumping into each other's arms. It's just been a very good game here at Laker Turf. And yeah, the Lakers winning that shot advantage. 21 shots compared to Buff State's 6. But 6 shots for the Buffalo State Bengals. 5 goals, Mike. So very efficient when they put the ball on net.
Extremely efficient. You know who else has been very efficient for them? I'm going to put this as my most impactful player for the Bengals. It's got to be Brielle Lum. She's been phenomenal in goal. A dominant performance from her this afternoon. I mean, just beautifully done. She's faced so many shots, only allowed 6 goals. So above 500 save percentage, something that you love to see from a goaltender. And Parker, who's been the most impactful for the Lakers today?
Yeah, for the Lakers, I think it's got to go so far to Alexis Hill. She's had that 1 goal that was very good. She's been good in the face-off zone. She's also been good on the defensive side. She plays offense and defense very well for this Lakers team. And I think going forward, I'd like to see her keep the energy up. But you also can't forget about Sage Running Rabbit. She has 4 points on the game so far, 2 assists, 2 goals. She's also been very good for the Bengals.
Indeed she has, Parker. Well, folks, don't go anywhere. Stick around after the break. For now, here's a word from our sponsors.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
And welcome back into Laker Turf Stadium. Once again, in case you're just joining us, my name is Mike Neckers, alongside Parker Voris. And Parker, before the game, we both threw out some players to watch for this afternoon. So I want to take a little trip back down memory lane, revisit these players, and see how they've done in the first half.
Yeah, number 17, Vanessa Willick. So far, she's got 2 goals on the day, with a total of 2 points on the day for her. She's been very solid, like we talked about before the game. The leading goal scorer in the SUNYAC was 75 goals. She also has 21 assists, 96 points on the season. She's at 98 now. She might eclipse that 100-point mark, which would be a very incredible mark to reach.
Yeah, Parker, and for the Lakers, our player to watch was Mackenzie Wynn. Now, there's a reason she was our player to watch. She's the leading assister for the Lakers coming into this game, and she proved it here today. Already 1 goal and 1 assist on the night in the first half, brings her point total to 69, as well as her goal total assist total to 50 on the season. So Mackenzie Wynn has done a phenomenal job all season long, and tonight has been no different. But now with 1:30 remaining in our halftime break, you can see both teams are warming up out on the field. It's been a great matchup here so far. The Lakers leading by only 1 goal here, Parker.
Yeah, and like you were talking about Mackenzie Wynn, she's been phenomenal, as well as the rest of the Lakers here. They were down by a goal to Buff State, and they've come back and retaken the lead now 6-5. Mackenzie Wynn has been very solid for the Lakers team, as well as Alexis Hill and Green and Quirk. They've all been very good for this Lakers team, as well as Madison Davis, who also has an assist on the day. The Lakers have been solid here so far.
Yes, Parker, and as we mentioned earlier, the Cortland Red Dragons are leading the New Paltz Hawks by a score of 9-2, and while the women's championship stage is yet to be set, we know the men's championship stage, it'll be the battle of the Red Dragons, the Cortland Red Dragons hosting the Oneonta Red Dragons this Saturday for the SUNYAC Championship. Both of these teams out here on the field right now looking to make the Women's SUNYAC Championship this coming Saturday. Again, like we mentioned, the Lakers with a win would host the SUNYAC Championship here at Laker Turf Stadium. The Bengals win, the championship will be hosted in either Cortland or New Paltz, depending on who wins on the other side of the bracket. So still a lot to be determined tonight. But now 5 seconds remaining here in the halftime break. And Parker, it'll be an interesting second half, to say the least.
Definitely interesting, Mike. I'm expecting the scoring to stay the same, with both teams having 4 apiece in that second period. I think the scoring will just keep ramping up here. The defense has kind of gone out the window. It was a very defensive battle in that first period, but then the scoring just came out in bunches, and that's something we expect from both of these teams. They both average 15 goals on this season, both score a lot. And here in this third period, we'll see what happens, Mike.
We absolutely will, Parker. The MVPs discuss the MVPs in the DK Experience, the silliest, goofiest sports show on your roster. Join Dylan and Kenny on the DK Experience Mondays at 10:30, only on WTOP 10. And now, as both teams are retaking the field, the third quarter is just moments away from beginning. The Lakers leading 6-5 here, Parker, but still plenty of game left between these two teams. And what do you think the Bengals need to do to stay in this game and possibly walk out with a win today?
Yeah, if the Bengals want to stay in this game, it's going to have to come down to their best players. It has all season. Sage Running Rabbit and Vanessa Willick have been the dynamic duo for this Bengals team. Running Rabbit leading the league in assists. Vanessa Willick leading the league in goals. It's going to come down to them. If they can get help from the others, that would also help them a lot.
Yeah, and the Bengals win the first draw of the third. And here comes Grzechawiak down the near side of the field. Lakers defending her. That's Alexis Hill on her. Hill with a big check, but Bengals pick this one right back up. And finally, the ball is passed to Lauren Renaud. Bengals looking to move this one around and settle in a little bit here to start off the third quarter of action. Renaud still with it, back to Grzechawiak. Sends this one down low to Sage Running Rabbit. Sage Running Rabbit loses the ball going for a spin move. Falls on the ground. Both teams battling for the loose ball now. And Lakers scoop it up for now. Picked up by, I'm unsure exactly who. It's the Bengals. Hazel Vitco Woods comes away with it. Flips it out to Renau. And this one now with Josker. Josker goes down low to the X for Sage Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit dodges. Screen set. Lakers slip past it. This one comes across the middle. Chance now for the Bengals. Through two, shoots, scores. And Lauren Renau, her second of the night, will tie this one up with 13:45 to go in the third, Parker.
Yeah, Lauren Renau getting her second goal on the day. And Mike, I said it might have to be Running Rabbit or Vanessa Willick, but no, someone else for the Bengals is stepping up, and this goal coming by the Bengals, and now they tie this game up. What a shot for Bruno, and now tie game, Mike, here in the SUNYAC Semifinals.
Yeah, Parker, and something we have to point out here is the shots on goal to goals scored ratio. I mean, the Bengals have taken 7 shots on net, and 6 of them have found the back of the net. Just beautifully taken shots, wonderful shot selection from the Bengals here in the first half and now into the second half. So a phenomenal game here from the Buffalo State Bengals and doing what no one expected them to do here tonight.
Yeah, taking seven shots on goal and 6 of them finding them in the back of the net, Mike. It's 85% shot percentage. That is just an incredible stat there. Oswego's taken 21 shots, 9 of them have been on goal. They haven't been as efficient, but Buff State is incredibly efficient, and it's something to keep watch as the game goes on.
Yeah, of course, we talk about efficiency, but Buffalo State has also found themselves in some trouble with the penalty box, Parker, as they pick up yet another one here. That's Kira Grizachowiak. So now the Bengals will be a player down for the next minute as Cassidy Croce takes this one into that offensive zone. The Lakers swing it down to Madison Davis. Davis to Hill. Hill sends this one up top. Over to Julia Quirk, who finds Croce. Back to Quirk. And over to Aubriana Green. Lakers are going to send this one down low. Alexis Hill sends it over to Mackenzie Wynn. Wynn looking for cutters. Julia Quirk up top instead. Tries a spin pass one, gets the pass over to Green. Aubriana Green sends a pass to Madison Davis. Davis is not there, and that one's going to be a turnover from Oswego State.
Yeah, can't have those. That's Oswego's now fourth turnover of the game. The Bengals have 9, but you can't have those turnovers if you're the Lakers in this tied game. You can't have mistakes like that.
Yeah, and the Bengals doing a great job of clearing the ball here. They're going to get this one all the way down to that offensive zone very quickly. Siriana Running Rabbit with it, gets the pass off. Vitco Woods running down the far side. Gets the ball to Cinquino, who's going to find Sage Running Rabbit. Cutter across the middle, chance for the Bengals, picked up by Iacovisi. A much-needed stop from the Oswego defense, and a stoppage from the referee here. Unsure exactly what the call is. Looks like just wanted to make his presence known out there, maybe, Parker. Nothing changed, but the Lakers now going the other way with it.
Yeah, it's kind of confused for the stoppage there. He was far out and wasn't close to the play there and just stopped the game entirely, and nothing came from it. Like you said, maybe make his presence known. I don't know, but the game continues on.
But now the Lakers bringing this one back to X's. Here's Madison Davis with it. Alexis Hill to her left. Hill sends this one up top to Croce. Over to Green on the far side. Down to Noel Smith. And the Lakers just spinning this one around that offensive circle. Waiting for something to open up or building up a play of some sorts. Finally, Hill's going to dodge. Looks for cutters. Nothing is there. Madison Davis with it up top. She's going to spin back around, send it across. Now here's Aubriana Green. Green over to Croce, down low. Alexis Hill with it, looking for cutters. Dodges to her left. Chance shoots, scores! Alexis Hill through the 5-hole of Brielle Lum. Takes Oswego's lead back once again, but what a back-and-forth game this has been.
Definitely, Mike. The Bengals tie it up early, and Alexis Hill gets it right back, gets the lead back for the Lakers. Now 7-6. The Lakers lead. Alexis Hill gets her second goal of the game. Apologies. And this one, Alexis Hill doing it herself, gets around all the defenders and gets it past Lum, who has been very good in the net for the Bengals today, but Alexis Hill just better offense.
Absolutely, Parker. Hill has been phenomenal all season long. Like we mentioned earlier, the leading goal scorer for the Oswego State Lakers. But the Bengals have also looked great tonight. I mean, they're going stride for stride with the Lakers in every category. The only thing they are not going stride for stride with them in is shots, and it doesn't seem to matter because they are being so efficient with those shots. And now the Bengals with another offensive possession here as the Lakers roll this one out of bounds. Emily Josker will bring this one in from the near side. Josker finds Sage running rabbit. Flips it back out to Josker. An illegal check called, so the Lakers and Bengals will reset here. That pass comes up top. Grzychaliak here runs through 3 Oswego defenders. This one goes down to Cinquino at the X. Cinquino carries around, and now with it is Renau. Renau hit hard in front of the goal. Sophie Russian delivering the hit. Renau able to get back on her own feet, but it'll be a free position shot for the Buffalo State Bengals here, Parker.
Yeah, I think that's the second and third time Sophie Russian has delivered a big hit today. Now the Bengals have a chance to score here and tie it back up.
And it's Yakovisi in net. Renau taking the shot here. As we await the referee's whistle, would be Renau's hat trick with a goal here. And that one goes wide. Bengals have the backup, both Cinquino and Sage running rabbit there for it. Bengals bring this one across the middle. Chance shoots, scores! And it doesn't matter that she missed the free position shot. She scores the very next opportunity she gets. Parker now 7-7 between the Lakers and the Bengals here with 10 minutes remaining in the third.
Wow, Lauren Renault, what a move there. She got in the middle of the zone super easily there. A little too easy there. She gets hit as she shoots that goal on net. And now, like you said, Mike, a hat trick on the day for her, I believe, or maybe her second goal on the day. And it's tie game now again here. Something we did not expect coming into this one. Buffalo State had 8 goals in their last game against Oswego, Mike. They have 7 here in the third period.
7 here in the third period for the Bengals as well as the Oswego State Lakers, as the referees will bring out a new ball for the Lakers taking the draw. It is going to be Mackenzie Wynn once again and Emily Josker for the Bengals. Again, Mackenzie Wynn, haven't seen her on many draws all season long, but now in the SUNYAC semifinal, why not? Let's throw her on a few, see what the Lakers can do with it.
Yeah, Alexis Hill's been in there for most of the year, but Wynn now getting the chance in the face-off zone, and she wins that one, so she gets hit from behind.
Wins that one, takes a stick to the head after the fact, able to get back up, but again, those goggles coming off. And it looks like that's going to be another 2-minute penalty here, Parker. Every time we see those goggles come off and it hits to the head, it will be a 2-minute penalty. So now the Lakers, a player up for the next 2.
Yeah, that's Vanessa Willig getting another penalty. I believe the second time that she's been in the penalty for 2 minutes. And this physicality here at Laker Turf has been it's been a lot here today in this playoff atmosphere.
Yeah, Parker, and for the Bengals, that is the last person you want to be sidelined for 2 minutes because she is your leading goal scorer, your leading point scorer, and to lose her for 2 minutes is not only bad defensively, but if you are able to get possession as a team to not have your leading goal scorer, the person that your offense runs through, that is a huge hit to your team.
Absolutely, Mike.
But now the Lakers looking to take that lead back once again. It's been very back and forth here today. Aubriana Green loses it in front of the net, scoops this one back up, and now Green loops this one back around. Over to Kroos. Kroos sends it to Alexis Hill. Alexis Hill, Lakers, remember, 7-on-6 here. Cutter across the middle is Julia Quirk. This one's going to go to Noel Smith. Fakes, goes back up top to Green. Green spins. Sends it out to Kroos. Over to Madison Davis. Chance for a shot. Shoots, scores. Lakers' Noel Smith. Her first goal of the afternoon. Certainly not the top goal scorer for this team, but she plays an extremely important role for the Lakers.
Yeah, that pass was very, very spot on from Madison Davis. A great pass to Noel Smith as we watch it here. You see Davis find Smith right in the middle, and she takes that shot. Just a great find from Madison Davis to find Smith in the middle in front of the net, and the Lakers retake the lead. That is now, I don't know how many lead changes we've had, but it's up there. It's been a lot of back and forth lead changes in this game.
Yeah, Parker, and an amazing cut there from Noel Smith to get herself open, and an even better read from Madison Davis to make that pass so early, find her so early on into her cut, so she's still able to put that ball in the back of the net.
Yeah, one of my keys to the game was find the cutters, and the Lakers have done that here in this game. When they find the cutters and they make good passes, this team is super dangerous like we've seen all season.
Yeah, and now it's once again Mackenzie Wynn and Emily Josker lining up for the draw here. Lakers leading 8-7 with 9:10 remaining on the clock. And looks like maybe once again some confusion at the scores table. That 2-minute penalty, Parker, unreleasable. So still in the box for another minute and 3 seconds is Vanessa Willick. Lakers with another opportunity here to possibly extend this lead even further.
Yeah, it's a huge hit for the Bengals without Willick for this another minute. If the Lakers, that's when I go to Buffalo. So the Bengals here just got to hold it until they can get Willick back on the field, but they'll take the penalty off the board now.
And maybe some confusion there on that board. Looks like the Bengals are back to full strength. So now 9 minutes remaining. Lakers lead 8-7, and a plethora of stoppages right now, Parker. Just a lot of confusion out here between the players and the officials. Maybe some things going on at the score table as well.
Yeah, we're not down there. We don't know what is going on. We can only hear through the PA announcer and the walkie-talkie in the room next door, but other than that, it's a lot of confusion down there on the turf.
And now Noel Smith has been placed in the box for a minute, so the Bengals with a power play of their own here, as it'll be Lauren Renaud starting things off in this near corner. Renaud sends this one down low to Running Rabbit, back to Renaud. Renaud dodges past one, shoots that one wide. Is Iacovisi there? She is not. Chased down by Anna Cinquino. Great hustle from the junior.
Yeah, that's one of the rare times that a shot that's been on goal for the Bengals hasn't found the back of the net, Mike.
And the Lakers are going to intercept that one, but not get it too far before Sage Running Rabbit picks it back up. Sadie Zemanek just unable to hold on to that one with a check coming her way. And now the Bengals are going to bring this one back into that offensive zone for another opportunity. Lauren Renaud with it. Dodges to her left. Has Cinquino at the X. Holds on to it instead. Flips it to her left. Cinquino being run past by Willick. Willick still with it. Trying to do it all herself. Doing a full circle around the goal. Finds Running Rabbit. Sage Running Rabbit still with the ball here. And finally swings this one up top to Renaud. Renaud dodges to her right, back to her left. And this one's going to go down once again to Josker. Josker finds Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit still with it, just holding the ball off to the near side, circling and waiting for something to open up as Buffalo crowds in front of the goal. A chance for a shot off the shoulder of Iacovisi, and a very important save here. Bengals are going to chase this one and scoop it up before it can roll out of bounds. Grzechawiak gets this one over to Renaud. Renaud with a chance, swings the pass over to Josker. Running Rabbit with it. Cutter across the middle. Chance shoots that one off the head of an Oswego player. And we will take a quick, slow break here while all the players get back on their feet. Looks like everyone is okay. But we do have a card coming out. This one on, I believe, Emily Josker of the Buffalo State Bengals. Looked to be a yellow card, so that will be yet another 2-minute penalty here, Parker.
Yeah, this has been a good defensive possession for the Lakers. They've had to stop 2 shots on goal for the Buffalo State Bengals. And Mike, we talked about how efficient the Bengals have been on target with their shots, and so far in that possession, the Lakers stopped the Bengals there, and now they have a chance here to score with the penalty.
And talk about speed, here comes Aubriana Green just flying down the field. Finds Cassidy Crows, who shoots and scores. Lakers with a 2-goal lead. Bring this one back just a little bit.
Wow, Cassidy Crows does it herself with the speed that she uses there. And now the Lakers finally are able to take a 2-goal lead. Their first of the day. It's been 1-goal lead for the entire game. And now they're finally increasing their lead to 2 as they get it all the way down the half using the speed. Crows here, one-on-one, gets everybody using her speed. Lakers excited about that one, Mike, and now the Lakers up 2 with a timeout now being called by the Buffalo State Bengals.
Yeah, Parker, and Green was really the key to the success on that play. I mean, you see her, she gets the ball in her own defensive zone, she sprints the entire length of the field, finds Cassidy Crows, and from there, it's just getting to the goal before the defender's coming in from the side, which she can obviously do, as we just saw.
Yeah, I can't forget about Green there on that possession. She ran all the way down and found Crows, who was down there ready to put the ball in the net. Cassidy Crows, the sophomore midfielder, now 37 goals on the season for her. She's been solid for the Lakers. A lot of people have been solid for this Lakers State team. A lot of people can score, including Cassidy Crows.
Well, Parker, now feels like as good a time as any to talk a little about the history between the Oswego State Lakers and the Buffalo State Bengals. So, let's get right into it.
Yeah, Oswego leads the series 22-10. Oswego has won the last 12 games. And like you said here, Mike, in your notes, 13 is an unlucky number if the Lakers...
I did put that down, Parker.
If they do win.
13's always been an unlucky number in my eyes.
Very unlucky indeed.
The Bengals would be their 13th straight loss to the Lakers if they fall today against the Lakers. So anything can happen here. And the last time these two teams played, Parker, as we mentioned earlier, was a week ago. Lakers won 17-8 in their last regular season game of this season, but their first matchup was way back in 1994, in which the Lakers lost 11-8.
Yeah, well,
are you looking for hilarious skits, challenges, and discussions? Look no further than Entertainment Breach. Tune in every other Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. on WTOP 10. Another great show on WTOP 10, absolutely, Parker. But let's get back to the women's SUNYAC semifinal.
Yeah, Buff State coming out of this timeout. I think it's a good timeout to take here when you're down 2 now. It's just the largest deficit that you've faced the entire game. And the Bengals here, they got to regroup here offensively and kind of bounce back and respond like they did when the Lakers took that lead back. They've been very good at responding all game. But now here in the SUNYAC Semifinals is the biggest point to respond as the lights now have turned on here at Laker Turf as the sun starts to set. Mike, here we go.
Yeah, Parker, it certainly hasn't been as warm today outside as it was yesterday, but still a pretty nice day. Enjoyable weather, a lot better than the 8,000 blizzards it felt like we had this winter. Bengals will pick up the original ground ball here, lose it almost immediately, and a stoppage of play will give the ball to the the Buffalo State Bengals. They'll bring this one in as it's Sage running rabbit with the ball now. Brings this one all the way down to that near side corner. Gets it over to Emily Josker, who finds Grizachowiak. Back to Josker. Running rabbit in the corner once again. Looking to dodge on her defender. Defended closely by Gabriella Geddes of the Oswego State Lakers. And this one goes a little too far behind the Bengals player was intended for. A stoppage of play from the officials. Looks like the Bengals stepped offside, so Oswego's going to take the ball here, already leading 2, looking to make it a 3-goal lead here, Parker.
Yeah, it's a good stop from the Lakers, and they get the offside call in their favor, and now, like you said, Mike, increase that lead to 3. Feel more comfortable with the 3-goal lead. Then with the 2 is a big hit on Quirk, and again, that's number 17 of Vanessa Willick. She's had a couple of those big hits here today, Mike.
Yeah, and from Willick, it's just been big hit after big hit after big hit, and again, she is headed to the penalty box. Quirk up on her feet, appears to be okay, which is great news as always. But Willick with her third time in the penalty box, the first 2 both being 2-minute penalties and now a 1-minute penalty. Just huge hits, and something's got to be done about it at this point, Parker.
Yeah, I think just that one's a frustration hit from Willick, and you can't let the emotions get the better of you and take it out on the players on the field. I've seen a couple times that Willick hasn't been too happy with the calls on the field, disagreeing with what the refs are doing, but she still has to keep her emotions in check. And like you said, Mike, her third time being in the penalty box, and looks like one of the coaches, or maybe the head coach, is giving Willick a talking to, because she has to let her emotions not get in the way of this game here.
Absolutely, Parker. But coming in for the currently injured Julia Quirk will be Milena Vassilo, the sophomore from Orchard Park, New York. 3 goals on the season, so certainly not as many goals as Julia Quirk, but just as capable. She's a phenomenal player for the Oswego State Lakers.
Yeah, this Lakers team is deep, and we hope Quirk is okay, and hopefully she can come back on the field. This is a big game, and you don't want to lose someone like Julia Quirk.
Especially not with a championship game 3 days away, Parker. But the Lakers back on offense, looking to tack on a few more goals here and extend that lead. Here's Alexis Hill. Pass shot. That one goes wide. Saved by Bree Lum. This one goes back up top for the Lakers. And another big hit from the Bengals. Just playing extremely physical. I know this is a playoff game, but I feel like there has to be a line at some point here, Parker.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get that one on number 20 of Anastasia Wells, and she's going to go to the box, and they're going to call a yellow card on her. It'll be 2 minutes in the box, and now the Lakers have an advantage of 7-5 here, and you would like to see them take advantage of that and get another goal here.
Absolutely right, Parker. And Noelle Smith lining up for the free position shot, looking for her second goal of the afternoon. Smith just awaiting the whistle now, face to face with Lum. Still waiting for the whistle. And Quirk back on her feet on the sideline, walking up and down. Appears to be okay. So now it's Noelle Smith still waiting for that whistle. A long, drawn-out free position shot here for Smith.
Maybe some clock things the refs are trying to figure out, and kind of stops the momentum of the Lakers, and now Noelle Smith is just going to have to keep waiting. It's going to be between her and Lum here, with basically only Lum in front of her, because the Bengals only have 5 people that can defend now, as the Lakers are up 7-5, so the Lakers look to tag another one here. I think the refs now finally figured things out, so Noelle Smith with the free shot.
Yep, Parker and Lum with 7 saves, 9 goals allowed on the night, and Smith's going to bring this one back out. No need to be greedy for the goal, I guess. She wants to reset and share the love with someone else.
I don't mind that from Smith, because you got the advantage here. Pass it around and find someone else.
And now the Lakers drive this one in. Pop it right back out to Green. Cutter across the middle, not there, but Smith's going to chase this one down, scoop it right up. Pressured heavily here by the Bengals, as that's Emily Goodstall pressuring. This one goes back up top to Aubriana Green, over to Alexis Hill. Cutter is Madison Davis. Chance shoots, scores! Look at that ball movement from the Oswego State Lakers as Mackenzie Wynn scores her second goal of the evening, Parker.
Wow, that's just great passing, like you said, Mike. Madison Davis to Mackenzie Wynn. That was beautiful ball movement, and that's kind of been story of this Lakers squad the entire season. Those two have been dishing it out this entire season. That goal there, that pass was just beautiful from Mackenzie Wynn and Madison Davis there. And Wynn getting her 20th goal in the season. I mentioned a couple of times, Mike, she doesn't score a lot, but she scores there. And Madison Davis with her 40th assist.
Absolutely, Parker. And you mentioned a few minutes ago, this team is extremely deep. So many players that are so extremely capable and talented when it comes to playing lacrosse, and they've really showed it here. I mean, we take a look at the score sheet for today, and the Lakers already have 7 different goal scorers on the evening.
Yeah, that is very that's insane. To have 7 different goal scorers. This team is super balanced in the scoring column, and anyone can get a goal for this Lakers squad. Hill with 3, Quirk with 2, Green with 1, Wynn with 2, Kroos with 1, Smith with 1. I mean, anyone can score for this Lakers squad. And now if you're the Bengals here, you've been super physical the entire game. Maybe just dial it down a little bit here in the physicality aspect, because it's kind of costing you here. With now down by 3, definitely going to have to quiet down that physicality and respond here in this third period. Still 4:28 to go. It's been a long third period, Mike.
Absolutely, Parker. It has been a long third period. Lots of stoppages throughout the game, so lots of things along the lines of that to deal with. But now we are back in action with 4:26 remaining in the third period for another draw. And again, it's going to be Josker against Wynn on this draw. This one's going to go up towards the Bengals' offensive zone. Running Rabbit tries to scoop it up. Alexis Hill drags it the other way, but an illegal check called on Alexis Hill, so it'll be a Bengals ball. This one comes across the middle to Grzychawiak, who swings it back over to the far side for Sage Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit still with it, holding it up top, letting her offense get set. And they'll hold this one up top for the Buffalo State Bengals. Finally dodging his Grzychawiak. Pops this one out to Vitko Woods. Vitko Woods runs past 2 defenders. Ball checked out of her stick. And a free position shot is going to be called here, Parker. It didn't even look like she was facing towards the goal. But from this far out, a free position shot is very hard to capitalize on anyways.
Yeah, Rusher was upset with that call, complaining with the ref. She thought that it wasn't that much contact to get a free position shot, but Mike, like you said, too far out to really put a threatening shot on net.
Yep, so instead the Bengals will elect to pass this one to the left, sending it out to the near side where Emily Josker holds onto it.
The Bengals are still down a player, so I think they're just waiting to get back to full strength before making an offensive attack.
Chewing those last 5 seconds is just as important as the first 55 in those penalties. So now the Bengals returning to full strength. As here's Grzychawiak with it. Looking to dodge, goes to the right side. Tripped up. Wants a call there, but is not going to get one. Looked to be a pretty clean play. Maybe just tripped on the turf or slipped on someone's foot, but no call on that one. Bengals able to recover and get that ground ball. Here's Renau with it past 1. And Renau hit pretty hard, dead center in front of the goal. So this is going to be another free position shot. And here's the yellow card for the Oswego State Lakers. Headed to the sideline is Alexis Hill. My apologies, Sadie Zemenik. So she'll spend 2 minutes in the box, barring the Bengals do not score off of this free position shot. But there is always that chance as well, Parker.
Yeah, the Buffalo State Bengals now have a chance here on the penalty to make this a 2-goal game. They need to capitalize on this penalty if they want to come back into this one.
And lining up for the shot is Renau. Shoots it. Good check there from Alexis Hill to slow down the shot. Makes the save a million times easier for Yakovisi, who collects and immediately gets the pass out to the sideline. And now the Lakers flying down the far side of the field. No one can catch her. Just using that speed to her advantage. That's Sophie Russian with it. My apologies, Addison Costello. Lakers send this one to the X. Bring it back up top. Alexis Hill drops it momentarily, scoops it right back up, and sends it to Cassidy Kroos. Kroos with it now. Back to Hill. Hill looking to get through. Pass 2. Pass 3. Shoots. That one off the stick of Brielle Lawman into the back of the net. Lakers make it a 4-goal lead, 11-7, and Alexis Hill's 4th goal of the night.
Wow, Alexis Hill has done it all for the Lakers here in the second half and this game. She has been all over in this one. She does it herself, gets by everybody, and all she has to do is go through Lum, and she finds her way in the back of the net. Her teammates were excited about that one. Hill was excited about that one. The crowd was. Her 4th goal on the day. Alexis Hill showing why she's the leading goal scorer for this Oswego State Lakers team.
Yeah, Parker, and despite taking the loss earlier this afternoon, the Oswego men's lacrosse team is here in waves in full support of the Oswego women's lacrosse team as they try and battle their way to the SUNYAC championships later on this week. Great to see that for both teams. Great representation of what it means to be an Oswego State Laker here in Oswego, New York. Lakers are going to lose this face-off on an illegal stick check penalty, and now it's going to be Emily Josker bringing this one up for the Bengals to Greza Chaliak. She pulls this one out to the far side, finds Anna Sanquino with it, who will bring this ball down towards the X. Sanquino still carrying, sends it over to Sage Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit sends it up top. Pass is dropped by Vanessa Willick, leading goal scorer for the Bengals. Only 1 goal on the afternoon so far tonight. Alexis Hill flying down the field, not even cradling her stick. Finally picks up that cradle. Looking to dodge. Decides to bring it out and slow things down a little bit, but heavy pressure there from Carly Barrett of the Bengals. Cassidy Kroos sends this one over to Sophie Russian. Down low to Smith. Smith finds Mackenzie Wynn in that far corner near the sideline. Wynn with Smith. Still holding on to it is Mackenzie Wynn. Mackenzie Wynn still carrying this one. That pass goes up top. Here's Aubriana Green with it. Looks to dodge. Pops right back out. Alexis Hill. To Green. This one goes down to Smith. Up top to Sophie Russian. Over to Alexis Hill. Pass a little short. Lakers able to handle it though. Sophie Russian just trying to scoop up the ground ball. Misses. An illegal check called on Alexis Hill will take us to the end of the third period here, Parker. Lakers now leading 11-7. So at halftime I asked you, who has the energy and the momentum? You said the Oswego State Lakers. I have a feeling you may have been right, Parker.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a statement quarter for the Lakers, scoring 5 in that period. And Mike, something I want to touch on, that third quarter was almost 30 minutes long, 30 to 35 minutes long. It was a super long period, a lot of stops, a lot of penalties, some injuries on the field, and that was a super long period, and they're only 15 minutes long, so maybe some of the players now going to get tired here. 7:43 is the time, and it's just this game has been a long one here on Laker Turf.
Absolutely, Parker, and Stick to Sports is the best source for sports news, trade rumors, and updates for your favorite teams across the nation. Join myself, Connor, Sammy, and Alex Monday nights at 10:30 p.m. only on WTOP 10. Haven't covered too much lacrosse yet on Stick to Sports, Parker, but hoping to get there someday. Lacrosse, of course, a growing sport in the U.S., but not too big quite yet.
Yeah, it's a great sport. This is my first year calling it and learning about the game, and it's been super enjoyable to watch the men's and women's lacrosse team here for Oswego and the other teams around the SUNYAC. It's just been a very enjoyable sport to watch, and I've enjoyed it here, and we have a great game between the Bengals and the Oswego State Lakers, and if you're the Bengals here, you're going to have to do something. And down 4, it's hard to come back against this Lakers team that plays such good defense and scores at will. It's just going to be tough for this Bengals team. And I didn't see number 17 Vanessa Willick at all towards the end of that third period, maybe getting some rest, maybe having one of her coaches talk to her. She's had 3 times she's had in the penalty box. I do see her talking to one of her coaches there by the fence, Mike, and that's kind of been the Buffalo State Bengals' problem in that quarter. Is just their physicality costing them penalties and the Lakers capitalizing on it.
Absolutely, Parker. I couldn't agree with you more. The Bengals have found themselves in a lot of rough spots, getting way too many players in the penalty box, which will allow opposing teams like the Lakers to find the back of the net. And if this has been a problem all year long, they're the highest penalized team in the SUNYAC, and that is proven here tonight, absolutely.
Yeah, they're super physical, but a little bit too physical. They've had a lot of yellow and green cards called on them. Oswego's gotten some free shots, and they've capitalized on a lot of them. And it's going to be tough for the Bengals to come back here, but it's still not over, Mike, as the fourth period gets started.
No, Parker, it is not. Certainly an uphill battle for the Bengals, but nothing is impossible, and a 4-goal deficit with 15 minutes is nothing that hasn't been done before. Lakers carrying down the near side of the field. This one touched in by Noelle Smith. Smith sends it right back up top to Aubriana Green, and the Lakers with a 4-goal cushion will look to run as much clock out as possible while tacking on some goals here. Alexis Hill sends this one down to Madison Davis. Davis back to Hill. This one makes its way up top for Russian. Over to Green. All the way down low. Now with it is Mackenzie Wynn, who finds Davis. Cassidy Crow setting a screen. Here's a chance for Russian. Shoots that one just wide. Lakers are there on the backup as Noelle Smith will follow that one out of bounds.
Yeah, I like that chance that the Lakers had. Russian from the pass from Davis just missed that one to tack on another goal here to extend their lead. You want to extend this lead against this Buffalo State Bengals team. They can definitely come back still.
Absolutely, Parker. And this one goes down low to Madison Davis. She's going to bring this one back up top, defended closely by Deja Evans-Murphy. Davis again with it. This one goes down low. Lakers dodging from X. Chance. Pass batted down. Pass from Hill. Picks it right back up and finds Madison Davis in the middle here. Now 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Lakers shoot this one from deep. Davis running out of time and running out of options. Elects to just take the shot. Saved very easily by Brielle Lum. But the Lakers waste a good chunk of time there off of that one. And now a loose ball at center field. And here comes Vanessa Willick. 1-on-1. Yakovisi there as well. Chance shoots, scores. Willick makes it 11-8 past Yakovisi. Defended by Julia Quirk, who she took out earlier on in the game. Finds the back of the net, her second goal of the night, but Lakers still with a 3-goal lead here, Parker.
It's a great shot from Willick, and like I mentioned before the fourth quarter started, Willick was out at the end of that third period due to her physicality and getting penalties, but she does it herself here, 1-on-1 between the Lakers defenders, and she does it herself, and now the Bengals cut that lead to 3.
Yeah, now 11-8 here, Parker. 13:02 remaining in the fourth, so still plenty of game left here. And Parker, let's take a look over at the other side of the SUNYAC bracket. The Cortland Red Dragons have officially secured their spot in the SUNYAC Championship. Tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, Cortland winning that one 17-3 against New Paltz. Cortland very, very good in the SUNYAC. The Lakers beat them earlier this season here at Laker Turf, and it's going to be a good matchup. Whoever wins this game, Buff State or Oswego, Cortland's going to be a tough team to get by for either of these squads here.
Yeah, absolutely, Parker. And a Cortland game, of course, ending a while before this Oswego game, because once they get up by that 10-goal margin, that running clock is activated. So probably activated running clock somewhere in the third or maybe early in the fourth period. But if the Lakers come out on top, if the current result stands, the Lakers will host the SUNYAC Championship here against the Cortland Red Dragons. If the Buffalo State Bengals can come back and win this game, the Cortland Red Dragons will host the SUNYAC Championship against the Buffalo State Bengals. So still one more game to be decided for the SUNYAC Championship this evening, and it is the one you are watching from home, folks. Here's Alexis Hill with the ball for the Lakers. leading by 3 with 12:45 remaining. Lakers send this one up top to Cassidy Croce, over to Aubriana Green, makes its way down low to Mackenzie Wynn, and back up top to Aubriana Green. Lakers just moving the ball around, trying to chew off as much of the shot clock as possible. Aubriana Green still with it, finds a cutter in Cassidy Croce. Croce loses it in front of the net. Lakers battling for the loose ball now. This one gets kicked out to Alexis Hill, who will scoop it up and take it around X. Alexis Hill still with it, looking to do some of the work herself. Gets a pass off. This one lost by Sophie Russian. Bengals pick it up, and Willick looks to take it the other way. Lakers are not going to let Willick out of that defensive zone so easy, though. Pass makes its way over to the other side, and running with it now is Emma Ramsayer. And a timeout here called by the Buffalo State Bengals. Parker, a little time to recoup on the sideline. They're having some trouble clearing the ball.
Yeah, I like this timeout from the Bengals. They've had trouble clearing the ball in the midfield a couple times today, and maybe draw something up or take the pressure off that the Lakers were giving the Bengals trouble. Down 3 here. Just gotta go to who has been doing it all season for the Bengals. Running Rabbit has been very good today. She's kind of been quiet though in the second half. She had 4 points in that first half with 2 goals and 2 assists. Hasn't really done a whole lot here in the second half. Willick just got that goal to cut it to 3. Just gotta see if someone else can get involved. The shots still for the Bengals struggling. 14 shots compared to Oswego's 29. Just got to get more shots on goal, more threatening shots as well. Yeah, absolutely, Parker. And with the Buffalo State Bengals down 3 goals, what coaching adjustments do you think are being made in that huddle right now by head coach Ashley Holdridge? Yeah, I think you got to just worry. You got to start in the defensive end. Don't let the Lakers but increase the lead. And then on the offensive side, just keep doing what you've been doing. When your shots on goal have been made, they've been very effective and very efficient with the shots being put on net. They have 10 shots on goal and 8 goals for the game. 80% shot percentage is very, very good. Completely agree with you, Parker. The organizations at SUNY Oswego join together our community in so many different ways. The bigger picture highlights student clubs on campus to show all of the great ideas that we have to offer. Tune in Thursdays at 7 p.m. That's tomorrow, only on WTOP 10. Another phenomenal show on WTOP 10. Let's get back to the SUNYAC semifinal action. The Lakers leading 11-8 with 11:51 remaining here in the 4th and final quarter of action here between the Lakers and the Bengals. Now the Bengals will kick things off with a clear from their own defensive end here as we await the referee's whistle and both teams to get into their positions. Now with the ball for the Bengals, here comes the one and only Alana Jackson. We saw her speed earlier on in the first period of this game. She flew past about 10 different Oswego State defenders. Let's see if she can do it again. There goes 2. Loses the ball here, and now the Lakers bringing it the other way. Mackenzie Wynn with the ground ball. Swings this one over to Noelle Smith. Smith's going to take her time. Check this one in down in the corner. Back to Wynn. Wynn brings this one way down low. Makes its way back up top. Defender behind her. She does not see. Gets the pass off in time. Green to Croce. Down to Hill. Hill back to Croce. And now back to Aubriana Green. This one over to the far side. Now Madison Davis with it. This one makes its way back up top. Dodging is Aubriana Green. Goes to her left. Chance shoots. That one somehow saved by Brielle Lum. Mere inches from rolling its way into the goal, but a huge save by Lum to stop that one from going in. Yeah, that shot from Green was a really good shot, but Lum has just been very solid for the Bengals team. Better defense, and now the Bengals struggling to get it over their half, which they have this whole game, and they might turn it over here.
Yeah, Parker, and Sirianna Running Rabbit sends that pass to Alana Jackson. Jackson just unable to handle it, so now the Lakers coming back to that offensive zone, leading by 3 goals, looking to extend that lead here and try and secure a victory and an opportunity to play in the SUNYAC Championship.
Yeah, Mike, the 12th turnover now for this Buffalo State Bengals team, something they've been struggling with here at Laker Turf.
Absolutely, Parker, and that's double Oswego's 6 turnovers today. That has been one of the keys to Oswego's success, is holding on to the ball, whereas the Bengals have really struggled here today. And now a timeout taken by Brett Howard and the Oswego State Lakers. So my next question for you, Parker, has to be, I asked you before, what are the Bengals talking about in the huddle? So what do we think the Lakers are talking about in the huddle down there with head coach Brett Howard?
Yeah, Lakers are up by 3 here. Just waste as much time as you can with this 3-goal lead. I've kind of noticed that they had that chance when they got the turnover. Noelle Smith elected to bring it back and wait for her offense and kind of just waste time here. You're up by 3, you're not in any rush to score. And when the Bengals do get it across half, which they have been struggling, just play your style of defense that has been working so far here in the second half, as Buff State has only scored 3 goals in this half compared to Oswego's 5. Buff State had 5 in the first half, only 3 in the second. An early goal in this period coming from Vanessa Willick. So far, though, the Bengals haven't been able to score since that. The Lakers' defense has just been super good here.
Absolutely, Parker. The Lakers have done a phenomenal job so far, especially in this second half, of building up a bit of a lead. It's all about taking your time here. There's no need to rush into an offensive possession. Get the ball to that offensive zone, move it around, run some time off the clock, and get that shot clock down as low as you can before you give a possession back to the opposing team that's down 3 goals.
Yeah, just play fundamental lacrosse. Don't make any mistakes you don't have to. Don't force shots that aren't there. They only have 6 turnovers on the day like we just mentioned. Just play clean lacrosse here going forth. You got 9:55 left here in this 4th quarter. And if you can keep this lead and don't make mistakes you don't have to, enforce anything you don't have to, we could see the Lakers take on the SUNY Cortland Red Dragons in the SUNYAC final.
Absolutely, Parker, and I hope we get the opportunity to see that. It would be absolutely phenomenal, the 1 seed versus the 2 seed. The Lakers, who beat the Red Dragons for the first time in program history just a couple of weeks ago, to see that game get to happen one more time would be absolutely phenomenal. The final game of the SUNYAC season, and a last hurrah for the Oswego State Lakers and the Cortland Red Dragons and all the seniors on both of those teams. But now the Lakers on offense, 60 seconds remaining on this shot clock, just under 10 minutes left on the game clock, so still quite a bit of time needing to be chewed off of this clock. But the Lakers will move this one around now. Makes its way over to Aubriana Green, who dodges, shoots, scores! So much for wasting time, Parker. The Oswego State Lakers make it 12-8, extending that lead back up to 4 goals.
And like I was saying, like, wasting time and don't force anything. Didn't really force that shot. Green saw the opening there. She had the shot. A quick shot there from Green, and now they extend this lead to 4. This shot coming from Green, a very good shot. Very excited was Green to get that one. And now the Lakers lead by 4, increasing the lead. And if the Lakers can increase their lead as much as they can, it'll be very good for them to come out on top.
Yeah, and that's Aubriana Green's 2nd goal of the day to make it 12-8 with 9:36 remaining here in the 4th. And now the Lakers and Bengals lining up for yet another draw at midfield. Lakers looking to continue possessing the ball here for the final minutes of the 4th. The Bengals needing 4 goals to tie things up, so a lot of work to be done. Ball makes its way over to Grzechawiak. Takes this one up top. Grzechawiak looks to dodge, takes it to her left side, spins back to the right, looks for a shot, nothing there, pops out and finds Lauren Renau. This one gets sent down low to Vitko Woods. Back to Renau. Renau dodges to the left. And Willick with it now. Willick surely looking to get a shot on the net, looking to find the back of the net. Willick going to loop around the goal here, try and wrap around and shoot from the other side. She will, and she'll score! A beautifully taken one-footed jumping goal from Vanessa Willick. I can see why she's the leading scorer for the Buffalo State Bengals, Parker.
Wow, what a shot from Willick. Doing it herself, Mike, like you were talking to, looking like she wanted to end that possession with a goal and do it herself. She goes behind the net here. So we look at the replay and does a jump shot falling backwards and gets that one in the back of the net. And now the Bengals cut it to another 3 deficit for the Bengals. Only down by 3 now. And Willick, Mike, now at 99 points on the season, inching ever so closely to that 100-point mark.
Another great thing to see. We almost saw Jamie O'Neal break 100 today in the men's game, so now an opportunity to possibly see Vanessa Willick do the same thing here for the Buffalo State Bengals. This one falls down low, but here with the ball is Sophie Russian, able to scoop it up. Gets the pass up to Aubriana Green, who's going to use her speed to try and get past that first defender. Ball goes flying out of her stick. And Noelle Smith tries to pick it up, unable to, and now the Lakers only ahead 3 goals with the Bengals coming down to that offensive zone. And we've got another stoppage of play here. Looks like Madison Davis will get a 1-minute penalty for the green card.
Yeah, another green card here on Laker turf. Don't know how many that's been, Mike. It has to be up there almost in the double digits now, but the Bengals have a chance to cut this lead to 2 now with the penalty here. Would be a very interesting thing to see if the Bengals cut this game to just a 2-goal game.
Yeah, Parker, this is certainly the most green cards I've seen in a women's lacrosse game in my time commentating here at SUNY Oswego, but the Bengals will look to capitalize here. A player up on this possession for the next 40 seconds. This one comes back up top. Chance for the Bengals and a shooting space call. So now the Bengals with a free position shot as it's Emily Josker lining up to take this one.
Yeah, this will be a good opportunity for the Bengals. Not too far out for Josker here. Could see a goal scored.
And Josker sends the pass to X. They shoot, they score. Sage Running Rabbit completes the hat trick, I believe, here, Parker.
Yeah, that is Running Rabbit's 3rd goal on the day, and Willick also has 3, so 2 hat tricks for this Buffalo State Bengals team. And I like this play here to find Running Rabbit behind the net and find her for the goal. That pass coming from Josker. Instead of taking the shot, she finds Running Rabbit behind the net, and now the Bengals are down by 2, Mike.
Yeah, Parker, down by 2 and all the momentum in the favor of Buffalo State. But, of course, the Lakers also return to full strength with that goal being scored. So still some work to be done from Buffalo State, but the Lakers cannot let up.
No, they cannot. Still have that 2-goal lead. It was once 4, but the Bengals won't go away. They have been responding this entire game. And, Mike, 7:56 to go. It still feels like it's anyone's game.
Absolutely does, Parker. A 2-goal lead means almost nothing with how these two teams have been playing this afternoon. Very on and off, very spotty, very much glimmers of good, glimmers of bad from both of these teams this afternoon. But now it's Alexis Hill and Emily Josker lining up for the draw here. Josker, of course, with the assist on that last goal, finding Sage Running Rabbit, who cut from behind goal. Bengals will pick this one up again. It's Grzychawiak flying down the field. Lakers right on her tail, but will they get there in time? And Lakers possibly with another card and another player down opportunity. We'll have to wait and see what the official call is. And absolutely, that'll be a yellow card. So now the Lakers down a player for the next 2 minutes, just giving the Bengals so many opportunities to tack on another goal.
Not too sure what's happening in that Buffalo State Bengals huddle, as Josker was the one that got knocked down, and making sure she's okay.
Appears everyone is okay, Parker. And now the Bengals with another man-up opportunity, this time a 2-minute power play for Buffalo State. as the sun has officially set in Oswego, so getting darker, I'm sure getting chillier. Parker and I have the comfort of being inside of a building right now, but I'm sure it's nice and chilly out there at Laker Turf Stadium.
Yeah, 42 degrees now is the temperature, and shout out to our camera guys out there. It's cold out there, but they're doing good work out there.
Well, here's Willick, a chance to make it 11, and she does. So now a 1-goal game with 7:23 remaining here. The Oswego State Lakers led by as much as 4 goals just moments ago. And out of nowhere, the Buffalo State Bengals said, "We're not done yet, Parker." Let's take a look at the replay right here.
Yeah, the Bengals will not go away, and Willick, who was not in that third period towards the end, is coming out hot here. She gets another goal. She gets into the middle of the Oswego State Lakers defense, and that's her 4th goal of this game, Mike, and I believe it's her 2nd goal in this quarter.
And Willick, with that goal, also scores her 100th point of the season, Parker. An accolade very few ever see. 100 points in a single collegiate season. A phenomenal feat for her to achieve as a Buffalo State Bengal, and something to be extremely proud of. Congratulations to Vanessa Willick.
Yeah, that's super impressive to have 100 points in one lacrosse season. And she's doing it on the biggest stage here, Mike, in the SUNYAC Semifinals. She has 4 goals, and now the Bengals win the face-off and have a chance to tie it up.
And Parker, you want to talk about a momentum shift. I mean, we're seeing it live right in front of us. The Buffalo State Bengals down 4 goals, like I said, just minutes ago. And now all the momentum in their favor, just 1 goal away from tying up this game.
Yeah, 4 goals in this quarter alone. They score another one here, they will tie it up.
So the Bengals bring this one in up top. Ball's down low, looking for cutters across the middle. There goes the second. Dodging from X is Sage Running Rabbit. This pass batted down by the Lakers, picked back up by Emily Josker, who brings it out. Bengals will reset. 45 seconds on the shot clock. 6 minutes remaining. Chance to tie it. They do! The Buffalo State Bengals out of nowhere. And again, it's Vanessa Willick. The Lakers cannot stop her.
This is why Vanessa Willick is the leading goal scorer in the SUNYAC, Mike. She is coming alive here in this 4th period. Wow, what a goal from her. Again, she does it herself. She gets knocked over, and she ties this game up for the Bengals. Wow, 5 goals for her in this game, 3 in this quarter alone.
And Vanessa Willick is putting the Bengals on her back right now. I mean, just a dominant performance from her. Has scored the last 3 goals and brought her team back into this game. And now with 6:27 remaining, anything could happen here, Parker.
Yeah, she's putting the team on her back. It's just an incredible performance from her.
And finally, the Lakers able to win a draw. Sophie Russian brings this one into the offensive zone. Russian finds Kroos up top and sends this one over to Aubriana Green. Green attacked by Willick. Willick having so much momentum, I'm sure so much adrenaline flowing through her veins right now after scoring another 3 goals, breaking a record, scoring her 100th point of the season. And that looks like a legal screen to me, Parker. I'm not sure exactly what the uproar is all about, but parents screaming from the sideline, Buffalo State fans absolutely ecstatic in the stands right now, and things are getting heated here in the SUNYAC semifinals.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot of contact from Sophie Russian there. It kind of looked like Willick kind of sold it a little bit, and the Bengals get it their way, Mike, and now they have a chance to take the lead.
Yes, they do, Parker, and certainly an argument there for possibly calling a moving screen, but Willick certainly did sell that to some extent. Much bigger than Russian as well, much taller. Made it look good, though, I'll give her that. And now here come the Bengals, Kira Grizachowiak, just flying down the middle of the field past the Oswego State Lakers. So slow down finally, flip this one out, and send it across up top. Lauren Renau with it. This one goes over to Emily Josker. Josker dodging at the goal. Pass goes down low, batted down. Alexis Hill now battling for the ball. Hill tries to pick up the ground ball, called for an illegal check. Of course, we're pretty far away. I couldn't really see exactly what happened, but the Bengals will retain possession as here they come. Chance to take the lead. Lauren Renau with it. Nothing is there. She'll find Sage running rabbit. One of the most threatening players on this Buffalo State team, looking to take the lead for them. Here she comes, shoots, scores! Bengals take the lead with 4.5 minutes remaining, Parker. And just like that, the number 4 seed beating the number 1 seed.
Wow, just as you were saying, Sage running rabbit, one of the most dangerous people on the field for the Bengals. She comes around behind the net. Alexa doing herself gets in the middle, and this shot from her finds her way in the back of the net, and the Lakers wisely take a timeout here as they have allowed the Bengals to score 5 unanswered, Mike. The Bengals have 6 goals in this quarter.
Yeah, Parker, not sure what's going on with the Lakers right now. They had all of the momentum, and then out of nowhere, the Buffalo State Bengals, led by Vanessa Willick and Sage running rabbit, went rampant. I mean, just scoring unanswered goal after unanswered goal after unanswered goal, and really putting the pedal to the metal on the Oswego State Lakers.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, Mike, they have 15 shots on goal. They have 13 goals as a team for an 87% shot percentage. When they put the ball on the net, it has an 87% chance of going in. That's very hard to stop if you're the Oswego State Lakers. Buffalo State is playing a perfect game offensively, Mike.
Nearly perfect, Parker. A phenomenal game from them. But do you need some action, romance, and highbrow humor in your life? Well, look no further. Join the Johns, Paulie, and Dylan as they do who knows what on Oh Boy, Wednesday nights at 10:30, only on WTOP 10. Parker, we've got all great shows on WTOP 10 getting their promos read tonight. It's been a phenomenal night of lacrosse, and we are 4.5 minutes away from possibly the biggest upset that we have seen in Oswego in a long, long time.
Yeah, the Lakers, they're 9-0 in conference play, Mike. They have not lost to a SUNYAC team this entire season. They haven't lost to a SUNYAC team at home. They have to respond. The Bengals have responded. Now it is time for the Oswego State Lakers to respond. It doesn't get better than this, Mike. This is SUNYAC lacrosse playoffs. The game we had earlier was great. The Lakers came back, but Oneonta came back. The Lakers started out slow. The Bengals came back. Now it's time for the Lakers to come back here, Mike.
And now still Josker and Mackenzie win on the draws here. My apologies, that is Alexis Hill on the draw for Oswego. So a new face in for the Lakers. But still Josker for the Buffalo State Bengals. This one goes towards Oswego's offensive end. Bengals unable to pick up that ground ball the first couple attempts. Lakers keep that one in bounds, picked up by Buffalo State. Makes its way back to Lum, but goes a little too far. Lum having some trouble picking this one up, and Lum will launch this to midfield, where who else but Sage running rabbit is waiting to receive the pass. Running rabbit with it now. Bengals looking for a goal. Lakers cannot afford to give one up, as on defense for Oswego is Catherine Nash. This one comes to Anna Cinquino at X. Cinquino looking to put the dagger, the nail in the coffin, and she does it! Anna Cinquino makes it 14-12. A beautifully taken goal from Cinquino coming around X, and now the Bengals lead by 2 in the SUNYAC Semifinal.
Wow, Cinquino has been quiet the entire game, Mike, and she gets one of the biggest goals, the biggest goal in the game. The Buffalo State Bengals lead by 2 now. This shot from her was beautiful, top corner, nowhere where the goalkeeper for Oswego could get it. And Mike, what a momentum shifter here in this fourth period. I've never seen a comeback like this. 7 goals now for the Buffalo State Bengals in this quarter alone.
Yeah, Parker, and a new name on the goal sheet for the Bengals as well. Anna Cinquino, her first goal of the game and her 11th of this season. Anna Sequino also from my hometown of Livonia, New York. Pretty cool to see that little connection. But now the Lakers down 2 need to win the draw here to try and find the back of the net.
Yeah, it starts in the face-off, Mike. The Lakers have been struggling to win their face-offs recently. And it looks like they have Madison Davis in the middle there.
Looks like they're trying just about everything here, Parker. Need to find someone that will work to win the draws here, as they're having no success. And again, they'll lose this one as Grzychawiak is using her speed to her advantage out here on the field, just scooping up every ground ball in sight. This one goes back behind the midfield line, dropped by the Bengals, and now the Lakers need to get a ground ball. And again, this one picked up by Vanessa Willick. Who else? Willick takes this over to the far side of the field. Lakers chasing her all around. Willick pass 3, pass 4, and now Julia Quirk one-on-one with Vanessa Willick. She spins past 1, and a huge check there from the Lakers. That's Alexis Hill. Checks it out of her stick, takes it the other way herself. Alexis Hill with 3 minutes remaining. Lakers need 2 goals to tie this game up. Hill gets into the offensive zone, loses it. And Bengals will send this one across the middle. Caught by Emma Ramsayer. And this one goes all the way back to Brielle Lum. Lum wastes no time bringing this to the near side for Siriana. Running Rabbit. Running Rabbit still with the ball. Pressured closely by Cassidy Croce. Goes across the back. And the Bengals just doing what they can to chew out this clock here. Parker leading by 2. 2:25 remaining here in the fourth period. And just moments from shocking the world with a victory today. Here's Vanessa Willick with it now. The leading goal scorer in the SUNYAC, breaking 100 points tonight against the Oswego State Lakers, looking to add on one more. Bengals still with the ball, and the Lakers need to get possession back in a timely manner here if they want any chance of getting themselves back in this game. But here's a chance. Shot saved by Yakovisi when the Lakers need it most.
That's a great save by Yakovisi there. The Lakers need to respond here with 1:45. They have to go quick here. They can't let the Bengals get the ball back, because if they do, the Bengals are just going to elect to hold it for the rest of the game.
And now Oswego flying down the field. Aubriana Green gets the pass off. Now the Lakers going into that offensive side of things. Zemanek with it, who we don't see on offense too often. Over to Davis. Chance for Oswego. Dodges past 1, past 2. And a free position shot will be given after a shooting space call. So 1:20 on the clock, Parker. Oswego State down 2 goals. A chance right here to make it 1, as shooting this one will be Mackenzie Wynn.
Yeah, Wynn already has 2 goals on the day, but this one's a little too far out for her to kind of get anything on net. I would like to see her pass this. What she does best is dishing it.
And we'll have to wait and see, Parker. Looks like a pretty open lane towards the goal, but Brielle Lum has been a brick wall all night long, as we've seen. Wynn takes it herself, shoots, scores! Lakers within 1, 1:19 on the clock. And Parker, this game is coming down to the wire.
Wow, I did not think Mackenzie Wynn would elect to shoot that one. She takes the shot and she nails it, and the Lakers are down by 1. This free shot from Mackenzie Wynn all by herself. As we look at the replay here, she comes in, nobody in front of her, and she does it herself, and she finds the lower part of the net. Mike, the Lakers are down 1 with 1:19. They need to win this face-off if they want a chance to tie this game up. If the Bengals win, they can just hold it.
Parker, I know you're the only one that can see me, but I'm literally shaking in the press box right now. This is the most exciting lacrosse game I've ever seen, and now it's all or nothing on this draw for Madison Davis and the Oswego State Lakers. Really their last chance to possess the ball here.
You have to win this face-off, Mike. It's very important.
Goes up. Davis bats it around. Scoops up the ground ball. Somehow holds onto it, and the Lakers have hope here. Julia Quirk with it. This one makes its way to Mackenzie Wynn. Lakers down a goal with 1 minute remaining on the clock.
If the Lakers have a timeout, they might
That
want to
would
use
be a
it.
beautiful time to use a timeout, but I believe they've taken them all already. Shoots! Scores! Mackenzie Wynn ties it up 14-14. And oh my goodness, Parker, what a game we have tonight at Laker Turf Stadium.
Mike, the Lakers' hopes were looking slim, and Mackenzie Wynn again does it herself, her 4th goal of the day. As she comes in, she gets knocked over on that goal. What a shot from her to tie this game up, Mike. They had to win that faceoff if they wanted a chance to come back in this one, and they did absolutely that. Wow, Mackenzie Davis, it looked like she wasn't going to be able to get it, and Mackenzie Wynn just did it herself. The player to watch, Mike, she has done it.
Absolutely, Parker. And before the game, someone was trying to convince us to switch to Madison Davis, who's also had a phenomenal game. But I'm so glad we stuck with Mackenzie Wynn for our player to watch up here in the press box. But now, Parker, the Lakers need to stay focused because they cannot give up a goal here if they want to win. And the same goes for the Buffalo State Bengals. If either team gives up a goal, this game is all but over. So it's all about focus and winning this draw right here. Madison Davis again for the Lakers. Emily Josker for the Bengals. This one scooped up by Julia Quirk. She brings it down to the near side corner. Quirk still with it, sends this one up top. With it is Aubriana Green. Aubriana Green to the middle for Madison Davis. Davis sends this one down low. Chance for the Lakers to take the lead with 30 seconds remaining now. Perhaps the last offensive possession of the SUNYAC semifinal. This one goes up top. Aubriana Green dodging, spins back. Pass goes out to the far side. Alexis Hill with it now. Hill dodges inside, passes the ball back up top. Aubriana Green goes again. Green dodging, goes down low. This one tries to pass across the middle, and a free position shot for the Lakers. Parker, 6 seconds on the clock. This is it. Alexis Hill, the leading scorer for Oswego State. It couldn't be a better player for the Lakers.
It's going to be a tough one, Mike. She's a little far out.
Hill lining up. 6 seconds remain on the clock. Whistle goes. Hill shoots. She scores! Alexis Hill makes it 15-14, and the Lakers have all but won the SUNYAC semifinal and taken their spot to host the SUNYAC championship. I'm sure my microphone just peaked for all you folks at home. But with 4 seconds remaining, the Lakers take the lead. Let's take one more look. Alexis Hill, swagger, bottom left corner. And look at that celebration. It means so much to these women. A beautifully taken goal, and the Lakers just have to hold off the Bengals for 4 seconds now, Parker.
4 seconds, Mike. That's all the Lakers have to do. Alexis Hill, what a shot. Like you said, Mike, nobody else should be taking that shot but her. 5 goals now on the day for Alexis Hill. 4 more seconds. That's all they need to do. When things were looking slim, the Lakers were never out of it.
And with that, the Oswego State Lakers will officially host the Cortland Red Dragons in the 2025 SUNYAC Championship. Parker, what a game we had tonight between the 1-seeded Oswego State Lakers and the 4-seeded Buffalo State Bengals. Who could have expected such an exciting matchup?
That was pure cinema of a game. Back and forth the entire way. The game was tied at multiple points. So many lead changes. I mean, the Lakers and the Buffalo State Bengals just gave us a game of a lifetime, and heartbreak for the Bengals, who had 7 goals in that 4th period. They were up 2, Mike, with about 2:30 to go, and Mackenzie Wynn brought them back. She tied it for them, and then Alexis Hill got the game-winning goal off that free shot, and who else better to do that than Alexis Hill, the leading goal scorer on this team. She had 5 goals in this game, now with 47 on the season, and Mike, just what a game.
And Parker, to the Bengals, a terrible loss to take, but so much for them to be proud of. They showed up the underdogs. No one expected them to even be in this game. They showed up. They gave the Lakers 60 minutes of hard-fought, gritty lacrosse, and they were this close to coming out on top. They came up just short, but what a performance from both of these teams. Both of these teams should be proud of their seasons, of how they've performed all year long, and it's just been a phenomenal year.
That just shows you the resilience of both these teams, especially the Lakers. They were not out of it. They did not want their season to end, and they just showed so much fight. It was so slim for them to come back down by 2, and they just somehow found a way to do it. An impressive win for them, but now, Mike, you got to enjoy this one, but you got to look towards that Cortland game. That one's going to be a tough one as well.
You absolutely have to look towards that Cortland game, Parker. The biggest game of Oswego's season. They already beat this team once, but as we know, it's always hard to beat a team more than once. They say third time is always the charm, but second time is going to be just as hard for the Lakers. But let's take a look now at our stars of the game, Parker. First up, we've got Vanessa Willick for the Buffalo State Bengals. I mean, just a dominant performance from her. Tell me a little about that stat line.
Yeah, Willick, like I said multiple times, she has been the best player for this team. She wasn't doing a lot at the end of that third period. She got taken out, and she had 3 goals in that fourth. 5 goals total, 5 points. She reached that 100-point mark. Great season for her, phenomenal, but just comes up short.
And for the Lakers, both Mackenzie Wynn and Alexis Hill had phenomenal games. Alexis Hill with 5 goals for 5 total points on the night. Mackenzie Wynn tacking on 4 goals and 1 assist, including some of the most clutch goals I have ever seen. The 2 to tie up the game from Wynn, and then the game winner from Alexis Hill with 6 seconds remaining. What a game it was tonight, Parker. But folks, that is all she wrote here at Laker Turf Stadium. The Oswego State Lakers SUNYAC Championship dreams stay alive after a triumphant nail-biter win over the Buffalo State Bengals 15-14. You can tune in this Saturday at 1 p.m. to watch the SUNYAC Championship between the Oswego State Lakers and the Cortland Red Dragons. Alongside Parker Voris, I'm Mike Neckers. Have a great night.
What are you doing?
What? We're just playing Mortal Kombat.
But don't you know what day it is, Blake?
Of course I know, it's just Tuesday.
No, it's Wednesday.
Alright, we gotta go!
What's up, movie fans, and welcome back to Be Kind and Rewind, where we will be ranking all of your favorite movie franchises. I'm Owen Miles.
And I'm Blake Blodgett, and once again we'll be back in the wizarding world, finishing up the Harry Potter franchise and covering Fantastic Beasts.
Which took place around 80 years before Harry Potter and focused more on the creatures that reside in the world of magic. Technically speaking, this is the first episode where we are covering two franchises.
If you want to be technical about it, yes.
So anyway,
let's get right to it.
Let's get right into the first one. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1 is the first of two Harry Potter that closes out the Harry Potter franchise.
Harry, Ron, and Hermione are sent on a journey all alone to gather all the Horcruxes that keep Voldemort alive and destroy them. But tensions arise between them that could break them apart.
Meanwhile, the Dark Forces have seized control of the Ministry and Hogwarts. Snape is the new headmaster, and all the other Death Eaters are in an extensive search for Harry.
So can we just call this filler the movie?
Kinda, yeah. I don't really understand why this movie is two parts.
Yeah, I don't quite understand why.
Especially since it's not even the longest book in the book series.
Yep. You just pulled an actually.
Yeah.
Instead,
I think it's Order of the Phoenix. That's the longest one.
Yes, that sounds correct.
Yeah.
But I would have to look at the books to confirm.
They definitely wanted to be like, well, we just want to keep them on their feet or something like that.
Yeah, we just need more. No, they just wanted more money. Let's keep it a stack. They just wanted more money.
Isn't that what everybody in cinema wants nowadays?
And I mean, it started a whole trend too with splitting the last book of a movie adaptation in two parts. They did it with Hunger Games.
Yeah.
I think they did it. Did they do it with Maze Runner?
I can't exactly say. I haven't seen that franchise yet.
Same.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Filler the movie.
All right. Basically they describe that there are three icons, I guess, that they need. They have the Elder Wand, they have the Resurrection Stone, and they have the
Invisibility Cloak.
Yeah,
and they form the Deathly Hallows, which would make someone like the King of Death, basically, in the Harry Potter franchise.
Yeah,
that
pretty much it's just like the story of the troll under the bridge, except for instead of a troll, it's just Death himself.
It's just Death. Yeah. You know, lovely for the whole family to enjoy.
Exactly.
But
that's just how it is in the wizarding world, I guess.
You know, this movie just annoys me. This is like the one movie in the franchise that just annoys me, because we get more of Ron being insufferable and being basically emotionally abusive with Hermione. I mean, we can just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Like, sure, technically he doesn't realize it, I guess, but basically being emotionally abusive.
I guess
he sees Harry and Hermione within 2 feet of each other and immediately assumes, oh, well, they gotta be smooching on the side.
Something's going on over there.
Which is insane.
Imagine being that,
insecure with yourself, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, so he leaves while they're on this adventure, and then just comes back.
Yeah, because the Sword of Gryffindor is just frozen in ice in some random place in the woods.
It's just there.
Yeah.
No explanation. It's just there. Because that's how everything works in this franchise.
Yeah, you kind of just have to assume. Yeah. I mean, it's magic. You can't exactly explain everything, right?
I think we can all agree, though. I think most people would have preferred, instead of splitting these into 2 parts, just take all the filler out of part 1, and if they had just released like a 3.5 hour, 4 hour movie, I think people would have enjoyed that more, rather than 2 almost 2.5 hour movies,
you can
where nothing happens in one of them.
Like, you can keep the battle at the beginning, and then cut most of the rest of the first one, and then be done.
Let's show our ranking. I think we've made it pretty clear what we think.
All right.
Is it? It's like a.
We're making you wait for it.
Yeah, we're really just building up anticipation. There it is. Number 5.
Yeah.
We don't